Posição marcana Inglês vento maciçom São Francisco vira uma sabe De arroz com o John Tardigo se compara Mas já sei Manel vira mambia De lobo vira chibinho De fanta fazer magia Da bogrogo da vira vinho Vira bom de cada dia Verdade caça só contado No tudo vira só fingido O comércio de demagogia Vida vira simplesmente Conselho vira catobiro Tudo é água na bala e fraco É realidade de hoje em dia A maioria está tudo contente Com a vontade na democracia Placa, crescimento e posição marcana Inglês vento maciçom São Francisco vira uma sabe De arroz com o John Tardigo se compara A maioria está tudo contente Com a vontade na democracia Placa, crescimento e posição marcana Inglês vento maciçom São Francisco vira uma sabe De arroz com o John Tardigo se compara Mentira bom de cada dia Verdade caça tá contado No tudo vira só fingido O comércio de demagogia Vida vira simplesmente Conselho vira catobiro Tudo é água na bala e fraco É realidade de hoje em dia Vida bom de cada dia Verdade caça tá contado No tudo vira só fingido O comércio de demagogia Vida vira simplesmente Conselho vira catobiro Tudo é água na bala e fraco É realidade de hoje em dia A maioria está tudo contente Com a vontade na democracia Placa, crescimento e posição marcana Inglês vento maciçom São Francisco vira uma sabe De arroz com o John Tardigo se compara Mas já está tudo contente Com a vontade na democracia Placa, crescimento e posição marcana Inglês vento maciçom São Francisco vira uma sabe
Ai. Saleroso, sí señor vino. Yeah. Ay. Saleroso, sí señor vino. Saleroso, sí señor vino. Ay.
What's good? You're listening to the 31.3 Urban Rhythm Radio. This is your boy RockyRoad313. And on the ones and twos, like always, is SwZee, aka Tempo Beats. And at top of the show that we always like to remind you, if you are feeling generous, you can go ahead and send a donation. Whatever donation, it doesn't matter whether it's $1, $2, $5, whatever it is that's on your heart that you will love to help out. You can send it over to our Cash App, as you see, the $ 313 Urban Rhythm Radio, just to help your radio station going, just to help 31.3 Urban Rhythm going. And like we said, if you're feeling generous, you can go ahead and send in your submissions. If you have a song that you want to request or you want to send a shout out, just say what's up. You can hit us up at 313-288-5070. That's 313-288-5070. And what an exciting time here it is at 31.3 Urban Rhythm Radio, because we have a special guest. We have Victorino in the house. We'll be talking to him a little later. He'll be joining us in just a little bit. And Victorino, much anticipated ever since we announced that he was going to be on the show. He's been hitting us up, promoting it nonstop, and we've just been sharing with all of you, the listener, who is joining us right now. Thank you so much for tuning in. We'll be talking to Victorino in just a little bit, and we continue to celebrate Hispanic Heritage Month. We're going to be honoring one Latino today, and we'll be discussing what's good in the hood, what's been on our minds that's got us hyped up, and also what songs made Songs of the Week. All of this on 31.3 Urban Rhythm Radio. This is your boy RockyRoad313, and let's get it going with some dope music. Thank you to all the artists that keep tapping in, keep submitting your music. We'll be able to share how you can continue to submit music, and if you're a small business owner, how we can help you promote your business. This is 31.3 Urban Rhythm Radio, and we're kicking it off with a new song on our playlist. This is Leif Erikson featuring Blake Erie and Awesome Dre with Dreaming on a 64.
Butter leather dripping $1,000. Candy two-tone paint. What you ain't gonna do is lean on it, darling, that's custom. And if it ain't a mirror, don't trust them. Hop in, let's cruise. Hands in the breeze on the way to the function. These speakers pumping. Sometimes I just need to release. Bump the key, hit the switches, make it dribble. Skirt off and be free. The homie came through slapping in this particular occasion. Most of the time my whips is newer, either German or Asian. Cali persuasion, hit different. See my dog hand in that long Lincoln. Folks are wires up to ride the tire, plus it's fire weed really got me thinking. Gotta stay with it cause they all creeping. Go ahead and try, you'll go out leaking. We just tryna vibe, living for the weekend. We can do the nines, we can stick to preaching. I'm on my shit, doing 60, cruising on the large tip, swinging lanes, hitting 3-wheel like I'm pothole dodging. We wildin', living intensely in the moment. Lay it flat, big block, drive it like it's stolen, and it's forward motion in my 6-4.
Dreaming on that 6-4.
Catalina, Rose Bowl Parade when I hit Pasadena. Then Malibu interior insane, cause old Kane got the wood grain Chevy Biscayne. Nice shoes I forgot to mention, wheels spinning, dimension measure about 22-inch rims the villain. When I cruise with my lady love, cause I moved to the west coast from the dirty glove. She kept me above, nonsense to make cents and dollars, bumping midnight marauders in the baby blue Impala. Holla, if you see us on Crenshaw and Slauson, running marathons with y'all all in LA. Can't forget the bay with all them exports. So say what up to Doc Helm, E40 and Too Short. Some enjoy the sport, but I prefer the breeze. So pass me the keys. I'm dreaming on the 6-4. Close the door and get in and go.
What up, though? It's Awesome Dre. Coming from the Motor City with Leaf Erickson. Giving a shout out to everybody rolling in their rides, looking good, shining, bumping them sounds, you know what I'm saying? Motor City, holding it down.
Awesome Dre, dreaming on the 6-4. Black Gary, dreaming on the 6-4. Leaf Erickson, dreaming on the 6-4. Tone Rizzo, dreaming on the 6-4. Batman, dreaming on.
We're going to keep it going with some more music. That was Dreaming on a 6-4, Leaf Erickson featuring Blake Erie and Awesome Dre. Let's keep it moving. This is the Davis Way featuring True Classic with a visionary flow.
Classic. Davis Way.
I could put you up on game, but can't tell it all. I'd have to kill you, everybody gotta set it off. If fire's quiet, I'll be better off. But I'm forever raw, don't get involved. Everywhere I go, my pockets smell it strong. Success is my cologne, and you know you go can smell the dog. Respect the God, it's been a minute since you heard the real. Your verse is ill, worth a mill, my pockets hurting still. Drop of the wounds, they shaking the planet. Praise the mechanic, display grace and lace it with passion. These days know what to make of this rap. It's my brain's a disaster. See these cats that claim to be rapping. Max the old school that just claim to be classic. Fall from Mac 1, what I'm making is magic. So got this lane to establish. Why it's blank on this canvas. Thoughts they needs to demand it. She's about to win it. Craft it. It's classic.
We're going to keep it moving with some more music. Next up, we got 12 Quetzal, and this one's called Caged.
12 Quetzal. Wait. Stop. Hold up. Do you hear that? We all know that politics are more than just opinions. It's how you view the world and all the people in it. Who should be the leader and what's the best religion? Opinions are neither. It's not the definition. It's not like deciding between chocolate and vanilla, comedy or thriller, Heineken or Miller, cause those are all debatable. The answer could be either. Your vote is interchangeable. If that is what you're feeling, you can even be the middle ground and like them both the same. Remain on the fence, decide what road to take. You can even turn around if your mind is gonna change. Take you a rest and try another day. But these are people's lives that we're talking about. You need to free your mind cause it's crawling around in the sludge and the filth that your thoughts manifest. You gotta summon the will to just call out the mess that you started in your brain. That arsenal of pain that sparked into a flame. It's harder to engage when your heart is filled with rage and you don't channel it correctly. Man, this shit is dead. Man, this shit is dead.
Do you hear that? Yes, that sound in the trees. Do you hear that? That is the sound of the Quetzal. Do you hear that? Yes, that sound in the trees. Do you hear that? That is the sound of the Quetzal.
We're not as strong with you acting like children. Remember Charlottesville when the Capitol building? If Black Lives Matter ever tried that shit, they get fired with cannons and they die mad quick. Proud Boys and Nazis can run a fucking muck, but a black kid in the park can't play with a toy gun. How about the Standing Rock Dakota access pipeline? The protesters got shot on the land they had for lifetimes. And what about the little children that are in the cages? They were stolen from their parents, didn't matter what their age was. I can go on
and give you many more examples how the POC, the women, and the LGBT family have been standing to oppression. We're passing you the message that your attitude's pathetic, devil's advocate intentions. Now your peoples get arrested. You crying out for unity. You don't get to play the card denied to our community.
Do you hear that? Yes, that sound in the trees. Do you hear that? That is the sound of the ghetto. Do you hear that? Yes, that sound in the trees. Do you hear that? That is the sound of the ghetto.
If you're not willing to entertain a thought, you're killing the very nature of mind expansion, evolution. I'm just mad we never use it to our advantage, cause the true understanding is that the universe is bigger than this blue fucking planet. Fucking planet, fucking planet, fucking planet, fucking planet, fucking planet.
1.3 Urban Rhythm Radio with your boy RockyRoad313. And joining us right now is our special guest, Victorino. And is there something on your mind that just doesn't seem to escape, something that keeps you kind of hyped up? That's what we're going to be talking about right now. Joining us in studio is Victorino, and we're going to be talking about something that's keeping us hyped up, something that hypes us out, something that's been going through our minds lately that we can't just get rid of. So, Tempo, I know you mentioned something that was just something that was hyping you up. Victorino was going to share something as well, but something that I saw, you guys, when we were scrolling on social media yesterday, and Z brought it up, Eminem's Mom's Spaghetti restaurant that just opened up. Like, when I seen that, like, I was talking to my girl earlier, and I was like, this is kind of ironic, because how are you going to name a restaurant out of something that you just threw up when you were younger? You know, the song that you were talking about, like, oh, I threw up Mom's Spaghetti. So I'm like, I don't know if I want to try it out now. But at the same time, it's like, okay, it's M. It's a restaurant that he just opened up. He had a pop-up a couple, years ago at the shelter. So I'm kind of hyped up just to see what the buzz is all about. I know there was like a huge line the day that it opened yesterday. I mean,
yeah, and then he was handing out food himself too. So
yeah,
man, all those lucky people, man, they got to meet Eminem. I mean, we knew it was coming.
Yeah,
we seen it coming.
Yeah, definitely, we seen it. I as soon as I seen that, I sent it to my wife, because we were in studio while we were talking about it. And I sent it over to him like, dude, check this shit out. Yeah. And he's like, wow, that's crazy. So, we kind of expected it. It was, like Victorino said, it was bound to happen. He was going to pop up somehow, some way.
Somehow. So I'm excited. If you're listening right now and you're excited as well, I know Z said he's going to go try it out. I might try it out. And maybe it could be on What's Good in the Hood for the next segment, the next episode. So, and no pun intended, next episode.
Hey.
But, so Eminem's Mom's Spaghetti restaurant. That's something that I'm hyped about. I want to try it out. So, Victorino, is there anything that kind of has you hyped up?
It's just kind of going on like a personal sort of basis here, but like I'm really hyped up. I found okay, so you guys know my little rapper group, which consists of Aztec Nando, Domingo Goyo, Nano, and all that. But like I recently got together with some musicians. Like they don't just rap; it's like actual musicians of different disciplines. Like I actually met like a sax player a couple weeks ago. His name's Taven, and we had a jam session. And it was just, man, it's so good to meet actual musicians and people that just don't want to rap all the time. No offense to rappers, because I like doing that too, but like...
And you know what's nuts is that he actually just added me too. I swear to God. I'm pretty sure he just added me, because you had posted something on your Instagram or Instagram and Facebook, and it consisted of him, playing the sax, and I want to say maybe a day or two after you had posted that, I got a friend request from him, and I was like, I'm gonna add you. I might need you in the future.
Yeah,
nice.
Hey, you better scoop him up quick, because he's not gonna be around for too much longer.
Oh man,
he's leaving around December. Shout out Taven though.
Oh, nice. That's dope, bro. That's dope. Temple, is there anything that you want to mention? I know we kind of talked about it a little bit earlier, but what's something that's been on your mind that has you hyped up, bro?
You guys, I can go days for this. But what I had just recently found out today was in this very last episode of What If, as the the Watcher and Ultron, Super Ultron, are crashing through these universes. They stumble upon this one universe, and it's a lava planet. And it's a reference to Mustafar from Star Wars Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith. But it's Mustafar 10 years after the Empire takes over. So this is when Vader built his castle. You can see the castle in the background and everything. So it is official. The MCU has crossed over into the Star Wars universe.
For a second.
Just for a second, but it's Disney, so I mean, it's not really that far-fetched.
Yeah. They're taking over everything.
Literally, it's, the House of Mouse they're taking over everything.
Hot dog.
Yeah, so, all right, sounds like we have a couple of things that we're just hyped up about. And like we said at the top of the show, if you have a song request or even want to send a shout out, maybe to Victorino, if you want to ask a question to Victorino, we're going to have a little Q&A with him later in the show. But if you do have any requests or anything, you can hit us up at 313-288-5070. That's 313-288-5070. And this was Hyped Out with Victorino. And we're going to keep it going with some more music. Speaking of Victorino, this is one of his songs, and it's called Drive.
Hey, my first song.
There you go.
I'm daydreaming, I'm waking up out this nightmare. I'm right here till I make everything right here. My mind's clear, I'm trying to bring something bright near. Like ideas in space, I'm thinking light years. I'm going through the continuum, trying to get a buzz. But you gotta be so continuous, so you overdose. And overdose, and the dopest flow is you comatose. But you know you pro, especially when you froze the snow. It's personal, these feelings feel irreversible. In my universe, every verse gotta be very versatile. Terminal with the illness, burn myself so you feel this. When reality hit me, that's when I suffer from realness. You get it, I gotta get it. Given the hottest writtens and spitting, you gotta listen. I'm killing the competition, it's murder mitten. Representing to the death of me, but it's a hell I reach for heaven so that I can rest in peace. So I drive, steering to survive. I'm thinking of the positives, just keeping hope alive. And I don't know why I try, but whatever tomorrow may bring, I'ma be there with my arms open wide. So you know I gotta drive, steering to survive. I'm thinking of the positives, just keeping hope alive. And I don't know why I try, but whatever tomorrow may bring, I'ma be there with my arms open wide. So you know I gotta. A 9 to 5 won't be enough for me. I gotta get this cheese and bread so I can have some stuff to eat and silence all the fighting and quiet all the rumblings. I'm trying to be the heroes, rating us of all the suffering. It's troubling to be the breadwinner when it seems like I'm losing. Trying to get ahead, then it slowly started reducing. I am proving I need this music, the movements that I'm inducing. It's a fusion of therapeutics and the proof that I'm nowhere useless. I do this. Pardon me, but I'ma make myself a stellar privilege. The consequences know it fast, but when it comes, I'll miss it. Just to reach the warmth out from under. I'll make it sure my sound is louder than a cloud of thunder. Shockingly clean, constantly gleam. Methodically optimistic, surprisingly me. I plot and I scheme on the way to make it now, but it's like a crowded elevator, how it's going down. So I drive, steering to survive. I'm thinking of the positives, just keeping hope alive. And I don't know why I drive, but whatever tomorrow may bring, I'ma be there with my arms open wide. So you know I gotta drive, steering to survive. I'm thinking of the positives, just keeping hope alive. And I don't know why I drive, but whatever tomorrow may bring, I'ma be there with my arms open wide. This is 50% blood, 50% pain, but more than 100 reasons to remember my name. Tell me, where's the heart and art that's part of the game? You get an identity crisis where you starting to claim how y'all rep Southwest, but be acting like the South, recycling same material, circle like roundabouts. But I'm about trying to get my family new housing, trying to get my homies a crowd, trying to get up over these mountains until I drown in my surroundings. I'm trying to be heard with these nouns and verbs that I conjure. The freaks and the geeks in the streets, crowd and concur. Victorino be the mastermind of rapping, trying to advertise my life along the strife until I'm right into the afterlife. Afterlife, after all, the path of night ain't too far, but I have this life try for whatever tomorrow may bring. I'ma be there when my arms are wide, so you know I gotta drive. Spirit to survive. I'm thinking of the positives that's keeping hope alive, and I don't know why I try for whatever tomorrow may bring. I'ma be there when my arms are wide, so you know I gotta. Whatever tomorrow brings, I'll be there with open arms and open eyes. Oh yeah. Whatever tomorrow brings, I'll be there with open arms and open.
Yeah, that was our special guest, Victorino, with one of his first songs called Drive. And we're going to keep it going with another artist. This is Vincier with V-Trigger.
The spoils.
Be young.
Vincier! Throw a super kick party, hit the V trigger. Vincier to the stars with the flea flicker. Blunts over bars while they throwing up the cheap liquor. One hit and Mary Jane will bring me to my knees quicker than a motherfucker, so I gotta stay up. Virus like a plague, no choice but lay up. People panicking and saying they wanna spray shit up. Martial law on the brink, life's changing, huh? Wasn't ready for this shit but can't escape it, huh? What a time to be alive, in my eyes the shit sucks. We trying to survive and they don't give a fuck. News tainted with lies disguised to make bucks. We're all misinformed, it's a game to the suits. Nothing but a number and a name to the suits. World flush, full house, getting paid for the views. Let the mass in and they execute you. Did it all in vain, with a shame, no dispute. In this game called life, not a damn thing new. Common sense come and gone like a cold of the flu. Congested to the max, let the air flow through. Inhale, exhale, gone with the wind. Nightmare, Cody Road, yeah, I'm going all in. Never steady as the verse, but it out from within. Superior reserve, and we out for the win. The stars co-align, wonder why, take notes. And whatever comes next, digest, no compost. Open is the mind, enlightened, eyes closed, I'm next. And I know my rap will then show catastrophe. Hazardous with my path to risk. A bloodbath it is, I break bones on the beat. I mastered it, yeah, my craft it is. This shit is oh so lit, straight to the dome.
Superior Reserve! Yeah, we're going to keep it moving with some more music. Next up, we got King Soldier with Why Try.
Why try if I'm losing on the battlefield? Why you say the truth but a lot for real? Why you call them truths for that one on man? You ain't got a clue where I got a plan. About to spend a couple hundred, get a couple grand. Why yo bitches post me on the Instagram? Gotta spend a whole dollar when it makes sense. Cause you ain't got a clue where I got a plan. Hustle hard, then fuck a bitch in my car. Ever slobbing on this log, tip her $2 and pull off. You ain't never seen a star, touching figures with no car. Hopping on the fucking bus, pocket factory saving up. What you smoking, you look up, call you down and looking duck. Drinking Folger from the cup, on the side I'm rolling up. Hot style, got me wildin' out like Nick Candy. Sweating out, got you burning the fat like David Bannon. It's just me against the world, the way I'm fucking on your girl. Collecting everything we had and put it in a plastic bag. Feeling attention, getting mad, I replay. I got the cash, moving forward, don't look back. Keep it on, full contact, we on the court. Hit those strash, winning for show. Here on that, Detroit bad boys in this bitch. Now I'm holding breath, I can do this shit. I'm too tough, now bring it back. Got me too damn lit, now where's the fucking cash? Why try if I'm losing on the battlefield? Why you say the truth but a lot for real? Why you call them truths for that one on man? You ain't got a clue where I got a plan. About to spend a couple hundred, get a couple grand. Why yo bitches post me on the Instagram? Gotta spend a whole dollar when it makes sense. Cause you ain't got a clue where I got a plan. If she a mutt, then you leave her where she at. I throw the hoop but she duck, so I swipe with a jab. She get the mumbling, fumbling, had to think where she at. I turn around and threw the frames on and snatch at the bag. How you doing, where you from, tell me where you coming back. I got the clip on my shoulder, and it's always getting wet. I see you been in them corners, pat the sniper in the bag. Point the bean to your dome, one shot, now you gone. You fucked the one time, I can't even make it two. Now that's the first time family heard us said they knew. They all fall in line like they knew it was Betty Boo. We keep them on chains like they finna run away. Topless, she's amazed. Titties covering glaze. Coca-Cola bottom had the nut up on her face. Shit's a prime time, so I made no mistake. Called her off guard and I knew it was late. Cause bitches in my hood act trite. And if you not good, then you not my wife type. I wish a nigga would, I'd get on my bike. I rip through his skin till I see all white. Cause bitches in my hood act trite. And if you not good, then you not my wife type. I wish a nigga would, I'd get on my bike. I rip through his skin till I see all white. Why try if I'm losing on the battlefield? Why you say the truth but a lot for real? Why you call them truths for that one on man? You ain't got a clue where I got a plan. About to spend a couple hundred, get a couple grand. Why yo bitches post me on the Instagram? Gotta spend a whole dollar when it makes sense. Cause you ain't got a clue where I got a plan.
That shit was too hot to go.
Yeah, you're listening to 31.3 Urban Rhythm Radio, and throughout the month of September and October, from September 15th to October 15th, it is Hispanic Heritage Month. And as you know, we've been celebrating one specific Latino every episode that we've been on air ever since Hispanic Heritage Month kicked off. And today we're going to be talking about another influential Latino, or I should say Latina, who has played a big role in our government and has been just a voice for Latinos. And today we're going to be honoring none other than Sonia Sotomayor. Sonia Sotomayor, you know, she was born in Bronx to Puerto Rican parents. She is actually an associate justice of the Supreme Court of the United States. She was nominated by then President Barack Obama on May 26, 2009, and has served since August 8, 2009. She is, check this out, she is the third woman to hold the position, but she is the first woman of color, first Hispanic, and first Latina member of the court. You know, she was growing up in a tough household, her dad being an alcoholic and her mom a bit distant. You know, she was mostly raised by her grandma. Her father unfortunately passed due to heart problems at the age of 42, so I think she was around 9 years old when he passed away. At that time, you know, growing up Latino, most of the time, I wouldn't say all the time, but sometimes our education was bestowed by our parents just to have you know, the stress of the value of education. You should be educated and stuff like that, being pushed of your academics. And that's something that she went through. She had to, you know, really be pushed and just had a lot of stress on the value of education. And fast forward in her life, although she was underage at the time, Sotomayor worked at a local retail store and at a hospital. And then she graduated as a valedictorian in 1972. Meanwhile, the Bronxdale houses that she had been living for a while had fallen victim to increasing heroin use, crime, and the emergence of the Black Spades gang. In 1970, the family found refuge by moving to Co-op City in the Northeast Bronx. So growing up in a rough neighborhood of Bronx, New York, that didn't stop her from achieving her goals, because Sotomayor has received honorary law degrees from Liam College, Princeton University, Brooklyn Law School, Pace University School of Law, Hofstra University, Northeastern University School of Law, Howard University, St. Louis University, Paris Natnier University, New York University, Yale University, and the University of Puerto Rico at Rio Piedras. She was elected a member of the American Philosophical Society in 2002. She was given the Outstanding Latino Professional Award in 2006 by the Latino Law Students Association, and in 2008, Esquire magazine included Sotomayor on its list of the 75 most influential people of the 21st century. In 2013, Sotomayor won the Woodrow Wilson Award at her alma mater, Princeton University. Fast forward in June 2000, actually kind of backtrack, in 2010, the Bronxdale Houses development that she grew up in was renamed after her. The Justice Sonia Sotomayor Houses and Justice Sonia Sotomayor Community Center comprise 28 buildings with some 3,500 residents. While many New York housing developments are named after well-known people, this was only the second to be named after a former resident. In 2011, the Sonia M. Sotomayor Learning Academics, a public high school complex in Los Angeles, was named after her. Going back to 2013, a painting featuring her, Sandra Day O'Connor, Ruth Bader Ginsburg, and Elena Kagan was unveiled at the Smithsonian's National Portrait Gallery in Washington, D.C. In 2015, she received the Katharine Hepburn Medal from Bryn Mawr College, and in 2019, she was inducted into the National Women's Hall of Fame. So just like Sonia Sotomayor, she has proven that it is possible to escape the comfort zone or a certain place that you feel numb of a situation. You can excel in education, you can excel in your workplace or wherever you are and make a difference. You can be the change that is needed, and that's why today we honor Miss Sonia Sotomayor for her excellence, and just a huge thank you for representing Latinos. I mean, this is big, guys. When I found out in 2008-9 that she was elected to be one of the first Latinas to represent in the White House, I was like, man, that's a big step. That is Latinos being put on the map, not just in sports, not just in music, not just in media and news, whatever it is, but now Latinos are representing literally in every aspect of the United States. And today we honor Miss Sonia Sotomayor for just her excellence, and thank you so much for representing us, los Latinos. Anything that you want to add, Tempo or Victorino?
I mean, it's almost inspiring for all the little girls out there that are that look up to her, that especially my girls. I have 3 of my own, and to be able to turn around and tell them, hey, this woman was able to work, for the president, with the president, or whatever. Now my oldest, she wants to be the president of the United States, so it's inspiring, especially not just for Latinas, but for just Latinos and Hispanic people in general. If Barack Obama got to the White House, then what's to say, what's
next?
Yeah, what's to say what's one of our brothers ain't going to be in the the White House next too. So hoping for it. As long as it's not what's his name,
Ted Cruz.
That guy. That's his name. That's his name. Ted Cruz. Yeah, as long as it's not Ted Cruz, and yeah, I'm good with that.
I mean, not to hate on anybody, to be honest, like when it comes to certain beliefs on Donald Trump, I mean, if it were up to me, I would say George Lopez for president, man. Or Fluffy for president, But yeah, that's whoever, if they can be the first in whatever they do, maybe soon we can have the very first Latino president. So shout out to all the Hispanics. Today we continue to honor Hispanic Heritage Month. And with that, we go on to Regional Mexicano with this dope track by Los de la Nueva Herencia. This is called Ya No Llames.
Slap that shit, compa Jeff. Me prendo un gallo pa' quemar tu recuerdo. Antes me importabas, pero ahora estoy mejor. Ya no me llames preguntando cómo estoy, porque no te va a gustar lo que ahorita hago yo. Pues ya tengo de a 2 que me lo hacen mejor. Pero sí estoy puesto si quieres un buen rato. No digas que quieres una relación. Antes yo quise pero ya no. Me encanta la vida soltero. Yo antes a ti te daba de todo. Baby, ya eres el pasado. Sigo mi camino contento. Ya no llames. Los de la Nueva Herencia. Compa Tony, compa Mauri, jalados viejos. Besos, rosas y más, eso te entregaba. Y tú no valoraste mi tiempo y caricias. Tus amigas dicen que no era nada bien. pero son las primeras que llegan a mi DM. You told me through the phone that you wanted to be alone, so don't be calling me diciendo que ya regresé. Ya no busco esas cosas del amor, todas nomás quieren dinero y yo prefiero colectarlo. Me despido con mis rolas tocando, escuchando la de Sin Frenos. Ya no llames, no te contesto.
Yeah, we're gonna keep it moving with some more music here from House Southwest Detroit. This is King Quota with Lo Dudo.
It's fucked up. Motherfuckers will really switch up on you and shit. Like y'all wasn't just kicking it. Fuck 'em. You see, the devil was once an angel. You gotta watch your back, cause motherfuckers will betray you. The ones closest to you that will take from you and hate you. Smile in your face, but be plotting on how to slay you. It's crazy, you never really know what's their intentions. And motherfuckers don't care, they'll take that sentence. Just cause you got what they don't have, they mad that you have it, and even worse, cause they can't. Es pura envidia, hay pocas amistades en mi lista. Los que sí son carnales, por ellos hasta doy mi vida. Y sé que harán lo mismo, por eso yo les digo que nunca me traicionen por poco de dinerito. La gente falsa se esconde entre amigos, te quieren ver más, son enemigos. They wish you the worst, that shit is real. Pero a mí me vale verga, todos a mí me la pelan. Se los digo bien clarito. Lo dudo que hay amigos verdaderos en el mundo. Siempre te dan debajo con relajo esos putos. Yo sé de mi valor y no lo cambio por ninguno. Nunca dan la cara o dicen nada si pregunto. Lo dudo que hay amigos verdaderos en el mundo. Siempre te dan debajo con relajo esos putos. Sé de mi valor y no lo cambio por ninguno. Nunca dan la cara o dicen nada si pregunto. Quieren tu vieja y tu lana, tus carros y tu fama, y harán lo necesario pa' quitártelo mañana. El dinero va y viene, también las mujeres. Por tanto que las quiero, yo no dejo que me estresen, porque si son bien malditas, la vida te la quitan. Luego con tu enemigo se acuestan, es una víbora. Yo sí me cuido, por eso cargo fusca. Por cualquier puto y puta que me busca. Nunca he sido perfecto, eso sí no lo miento. Lo siento mi jefita por la vida que yo tengo. Sé que nunca cambiará hasta que el día que morirá. Y que Diosito me perdone porque todo de mí es mal. El día que perdí a mi padrino, eso sí me afectó. Sentí que parte de mi vida se murió. Por eso a Dios le rezo que cuando yo me muero, que me dé la oportunidad de volver a ver a Beto. Lo dudo que hay amigos verdaderos en el mundo. Siempre te dan debajo con relajo esos putos. Yo sé de mi valor y no lo cambio por ninguno. Nunca dan la cara o dicen nada si pregunto. Lo dudo que hay amigos verdaderos en el mundo. Siempre te dan debajo con relajo esos putos. Sé de mi valor y no lo cambio por ninguno. Nunca dan la cara o dicen nada si pregunto.
Yeah, let's keep it moving with some more music. That was King Quota with Lo Dudo. And this is from Southwest Eternal, Sombra with Como Yo. You're listening to 31.3 Urban Rhythm Radio with your boy RockyRoad313. Please bear with us as we continue with some technical difficulties. But this is Sombra with Como Yo.
Southwest Eternal.
Mi papá es un hombre de los ranchos. Cuando cruzó la frontera no traía tanto como a él. Y como todos sus hermanos, todos vinieron por por ese sueño americano. I swear my father had nothing when he crossed the border. He ain't no criminal, he ever committed any murder. Y'all asking for money, don't see my people at the corners. Always judging theirs, always two sides of every quarter. Presidente dice que todos que cruzan son malos. Se nota, no sabe nada la raza, estos vatos saben mucho de un muro, man. Déjame los callos pa' la peda y el mero jale. Mi gente son un gallo. Y'all worry cause you say we can miss to your job. Y'all think every black guy in the hood likes to rob. Not everyone who looks from the Middle East have a bomb. All that stupid nonsense, you putos gotta stop. Como yo, un vato como yo. Soy la voz de la gente que este país emigró. Like me, another vato like me. I stand up for my raza and everything I believe. Como yo, un vato como yo. Soy la voz de la gente que este país emigró. Like me, another vato like me. I stand up for my raza and everything I believe. Me ven con tatuajes y piensan que soy ganguero, pero no saben también que me junto con los vaqueros. Nosotros no pedimos, trabajamos por el dinero. Si vienen con sus cosas lo tumbamos hasta el suelo. A lot of people like to judge me cause of my tattoos. One thing is for sure, they can't walk a mile in my shoes. For someone to destroy what I'm building, I refuse. I got a daughter, that's my legacy, I can't lose. Me junto con esos vatos que tienen esas trocas. Tumba, somos iguales viviendo esta vida loca. No importa cielo o tumbara, es la misma cosa. Cuando la chota nos para, neta, es lo que me choca. The thing I hate the most is the one being racist. The one that say my people that cross over are rapists. We make America great, they just don't wanna face it. Say it loud, fuck the law, free those kids from those cages. Como yo, un vato como yo. Soy la voz de la gente que este país emigró. Like me, another vato like me. I stand up for my raza and everything I believe. Como yo, un vato como yo. Soy la voz de la gente que este país emigró. Like me, another vato like me. I stand up for my raza and everything I believe. Como yo. Like me. What up, grown? What up, Z? I got vato locos on my side. I got hood Mexicans on my side.
This is 31.3 Urban Rhythm Radio. And if you're an artist and you want your music submitted in-house right now, in studio, we have none other than Victorino. Victorino, could you please tell us a little bit more about how we can find you, where we can find your music, and if we want to have you for a gig or anywhere, where could we find you?
You can find me on all social media platforms, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat even. I'm not too good on Snapchat, but my Instagram is where I'm most present at and most accessible as far as that goes. My Instagram is Victosito. That is VICTOHSEETOH. That's all one word, all lowercase. And once again, that's VICTOHSEETOH on Instagram. Facebook is, I got a really long name, Victorino Isaiah Yapez Alvarado. And yeah, you could hit me up there, or you could just hit on my artist page, which is just simply Victorino. And Twitter, same thing, Victosito. And yeah, check me out on Spotify too. Cross Spectrum EP just dropped like last month, so yeah, check me out.
Yeah, how can we find you on? We just type in Victorino on digital platforms.
Victorino, the Cross Spectrum EP.
Yeah,
that's how you find me, and that's all my original music that I got out right now. There's more coming on the way though, so be on the lookout.
Yeah, you can listen to it exclusively on 31.3 Urban Rhythm Radio whenever he drops it. And something that, you know, tell me you're Latino without telling me you're Latino, and usually Latinos will have a really long name.
Yeah.
So you can find Victorino on all social media, like he mentioned. And if you're an artist and you want to have your music submitted, just like Victorino submitted his music on the station, you can go ahead and send it over. Send us an email, 31.3urbanrhythm@gmail.com. And you can find us on all social media platforms as well, mostly Facebook and Instagram. That's where we're heavily just constantly sharing on Facebook and Instagram, 31.3 Urban Rhythm Radio. And this is for all artists, all genres of music. As you heard, Victorino, he's not just a rapper. He's a rocker, and he loves music. And you'll get to hear more of his music on the show as we continue. But all genres, all artists, as you heard, los de la Nueva Herencia, the Regional Mexicano. We love to play local music, local talent from all across the Midwest, not just Southwest, not just Michigan, but Chicago artists tapping in as well. So if you're a music artist and you want to have your music submitted, go ahead and send us your submissions to 31.3urbanrhythm@gmail.com. And if you are a small business owner and also want your small business promoted, you can go ahead and send us an email describing or all the details so we can help promote your business or anybody who has a small business. And if you want to request a song, hit us up, say what's up, shout out or whatever, hit us up, 313-288-5070. That's 313-288-5070. And we're going to keep it going with some more music. Next up, we got Oxys, and this is called Pa Ti.
Bebé, me tienes loco por probar. Lejos de aquí yo te voy a llevar, yeah. Olvida todo lo que vayan a hablar. La gente siempre van a comentar, yeah. Pero eso no te debe de parar. Bebé, tan solo déjate llevar. Oh yeah, yeah. Y ya tú lo verás, que baby no soy como los demás. Tan solo dime si tú eres capaz de dejar todo atrás. No sé, bebé, tú eres la que sabrás. Si olvidar el pasado tú podrás. Es que baby quiero hacerte sentir como nunca te han hecho sentir. Yo sé que te hicieron daño, baby. Conmigo no te vas a arrepentir. Hoy contigo me voy hoy. No importa lo que pase, pa' ti es que yo soy. Hoy contigo me voy hoy. Tú sabes que eres mía y sabes lo que doy. Bebé, tú eres mía y eso ya lo sabes. Pégate a mi piel que ya tú me tienes grave. De tu corazón yo quiero tener la llave. Entrégate, baby, antes que el mundo se acabe. Tú sabes que yo nací para ti y yo sé que tú naciste para mí. Si me sigues yo te voy a seguir y tu fantasía voy a cumplir. Yeah, que te tengo ganas desde hace meses. Ven, pégate a mi piel que quiero que me beses. Que te arrodilles pero no es pa' que tú reces. Quitándote la ropa yo sé que te enloquece. Quiero meterte como Cristiano mete un gol. Chingándote en mi cama haciendo el amor. Pa' fumar, baby, yo tengo cada sabor. Y pa'l bobo que te ronque yo tengo un tambor. Me voy hoy. No importa lo que pase, pa' ti es que yo soy. Hoy contigo me voy hoy. Tú sabes que eres mía y sabes lo que doy. Yeah. Voy hoy. No importa lo que pase, pa' ti es que yo soy. Hoy contigo me voy hoy. Tú sabes que eres mía y sabes lo que doy. Yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Apocalipsis, dímelo magic. Dímelo magic. Yeah, 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 yeah. Apocalipsis, el de la letra.
With that dope track, Pa Ti, and we're going to keep it moving with another artist, another kind of a singer. This is Pablo Pleasure with Mango.
Da 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 da. Shorty, let the mango. I just wanna see you let the mango. Girl, let the mango. Shorty, let the mango. Your friends, they all told you let them mango. Girl, let them mango. Girl, I swear it's a party with me. Tell your man he don't wanna get started with me. Ooh, girl, ever since you left the party with me, girl, I only wanna ever see you ballin' with me. I never met a girl that's like you. You only got one next to strike you. Every selfie post I hype you. You fuck around and make a nigga wanna wife you. I know that bitch that's down in El Paso. No bullshit, but damn, that's a bad hoe. Once I blow up, I'm like, baby, where you at though? Such a cute face, but let me hit it from the back. Let the mango. I just wanna see you let that mango. Girl, let that mango. Shorty, let that mango. Your friends, they all told you let that mango. Girl, let that mango.
Know a cute thing that used to be here and gone. Mad cause a nigga used to leave her alone. Even changed her password 3 times on his phone. So she takes it out on niggas each and every song. Like damn little baby, why you stress so much? Twerking out the pain at night, girl, you flex too much. Cause you got a man at home, he don't give you love. And now your homegirls, they don't wanna see you stuck,
Baby girl, gon' let that mango. Get you right, baby, get a handle. Take a vacay, baby, chase a rainbow. And don't forget to send me pics from different angles. Shawty, let that mango. I just wanna see you let that mango. Girl, let that mango. Shawty, let that mango. Your friends, they all told you let that mango. Girl, let that mango. You just need to let that mango. Girl, let that mango.
Yeah, shout out to that boy Pablo Pleasure, and we're gonna keep it going with one of our own. This is SwZee featuring King Koda with Yamame.
Llámame cuando quieras, mami, estoy aquí esperándote. Y vengo a tu lado, mami, llámame. Y será tu solo lado, mami, háblame. Y vengo con balazos, llámame. Cuando quieras, mami, estoy aquí esperándote. Y vengo a tu lado, mami, llámame. Y será tu solo lado, mami, háblame. Y vengo con balazos, llámame. Y vengo a tu lado a pensar llover. Eres una hermosa, escúchame. No juegues con pelados que no tratan bien. No más háblame.
Z, call me over to Crack Max, get her ass smashed in my snapback. Fast cash with no cash app, with no cap rap on Snapchat. Baby girl, that ass fat. Drop it low, then snap back. You a pro girl, just clap back. You can call me over to tap that.
Llámame cuando quieras, mami, estoy aquí esperándote. Y vengo a tu lado, mami, llámame. Y será tu solo lado, mami, háblame. Y vengo con balazos, llámame. Cuando quieras, mami, estoy aquí esperándote. Y vengo a tu lado, mami, llámame. Y será tu solo lado, mami, háblame. Y vengo con balazos.
Háblame, yo solo quiero que tú me la mames. Olvida de tu novio, él no va a saber. Si quieres ven conmigo al amanecer. Te quiero coger. Ya después te regreso, no me des ni un beso. Sé por mi dinero a ti te intereso. Pero no hay pedo, yo quiero tu cuerpo. No te enamores, es solo sexo. Paseate un poco, tú me vuelves loco. Con ese río que tienes me ahogo. Poder ser Sancho, pero no el novio. Aunque sea un hombre de negocio. Give me a call, throw me that jaws. I'm drunk in that pussy, here go my balls. Knocking out walls, bitch I'm a dog. Fuck you thought, I'ma go raw. Baby I'm nasty, you can be classy. As long as you let me nut on your ass. Just keep this a secret that we be freaking. You got your man that don't know we be creeping.
Llámame cuando quieras, mami, estoy aquí esperándote. Y vengo a tu lado, mami, llámame. Y será tu solo lado, mami, háblame. Y vengo con balazos, llámame. Cuando quieras, mami, estoy aquí esperándote. Y vengo a tu lado, mami, llámame. Y será tu solo lado, mami, háblame. Y vengo con balazos.
Yeah, shout out to King Quota and SwZee with that dope track, Yeah, My Man. And right now we're going to just continue with another segment that we just love here. It's a segment that you love, and it's a segment where we discuss, is there a certain song that you just can't get out of your head? It's a song that is constantly on your repeat. It's on replay on your playlist, and you just keep it playing and playing. That's what we got going on right now. This is Songs of the Week. What songs have been on replay for you? What song has been just constantly repeating in your playlist? So Songs of the Week, this is something that we've been doing for just a few episodes now, but it is just so dope to get all the awesome feedback and response for this. So right now, this is Songs of the Week. And Z, what song has been on repeat for you, bro?
Cubata.
Cubata.
Cubata by Vincier. That's been on replay. I don't know. We played it last night, and I think it's been on almost every single.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so too.
Pretty much almost every single playlist since. So yeah, definitely Cubata.
Cubata. I would have to agree with you. Cubata is definitely one of those songs that just every time we play it on the show, it's constantly every time on the playlist. I mean, you could put it up there with Vibrations by Victorino that was Song of the Week last week, and it was just dope. Like, it's one of those songs that we constantly love to hear. So for me, I would definitely have to say I would tie you up with Cubata by Vincier, but I would also have to say Ya Corone by Oxys. That song, just the feel about it, just everything about that song is just
that cat
super dope.
He's super talented.
Super talented. Every time his song pops up on our playlist, like, I'm just constantly listening to it. Ya Corone, that's definitely up there. Victorino, is there any certain song right now? It don't have to be anything that we play on the show. It could be just any song that you can think of that's been constantly replaying in your mind and maybe even on your playlist.
Well, you guys played this one actually. Gordo, his song "Love and Vows." That song's that's kind of like my type of, like, my cup of tea when it comes to like the hip hop stuff. I love that sort of jazzy vibe and stuff like that. And then, like, I don't know, when I first heard it, I really could visualize everything he was saying. You know, it was a real story going on behind it. So shout out to him, man. He did a good job on that one.
Hey, Gordo, get it, boy. Get it.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, shout out to Gordo, man. Like, I got to chop it up with him for a little bit via Messenger. And one thing that really, stood out to me, Z knows, Victorino, you're probably going to learn this firsthand, or you probably know this by my social media, but I am a huge believer in God. I am a Christian. A lot would consider I'm a Christian. I consider myself as a Christian, and just hearing that song by Gordo, like, it's very deep. It's a very deep song, very poetic, and you can just tell that is just straight from his heart.
He literally says it takes him to church every single time.
Every time that song plays, bro, it's like it takes me to church every single time. It feels like I'm at Sunday service listening to that song. So to shout out to Gordo, we're actually gonna play that song. It's gonna be on Songs of the Week.
Yeah, I'll play that instead of Bert.
Yeah, so we're gonna have Gordo. Shout out to Gordo for that dope track, Love and Vows, chosen by our special guest Victorino, who's in studio. And in less than 10 minutes after these songs play, we're gonna get discussing. We're gonna be chopping it up with our very own guest Victorino. So these are Songs of the Week. We kick it off with Oxys. This one's called Ya Corone, and that's chosen by yours truly, RockyRoad313.
Sí, Oxy. Sí. Dímelo, maravilla. LGM. La familia, ¿viste, baby? Sí. Yo sigo en lo mío, ya coroné. Me quieren ver mal porque ya ven que los pasé. Cabrón, yo te veo mordido. No sé por qué, si todo lo que tengo ahora un día me lo gané. Yo sigo en lo mío, ya coroné. Me quieren quieren ver mal porque ya ven que los pasé, cabrón, yo te veo mordido. No sé por qué, si todo lo que tengo ahora un día me lo gané. Yeah, me quieres quitar lo que un día me gané. Yo no voy a dejarme, tú muy bien sabes por qué. Esto no es así de fácil, no sabes lo que sudé. Pregúntale a la M, sabe todo lo que joseé. Pero ahora estamos bien y diría más que eso. Ya mismo empiezo a repartirle un par de pesos. Un saludo a mi país, a los míos que están presos. Ya mismo salen y cumplirán todo ese proceso. La calle se viró, pero aquí seguimos firmes. Tiran por canción, lo que yo hago es reírme. Roncan de que son calles, luego van y se rinden. Aquí ninguno es chota, ninguno sabe el business. Y yo sigo en lo mío, yeah. Solo con los míos, siempre con los míos. En nadie confío, oh, no, en nadie confío, cabrón, no te busques lío. Yo sigo en los míos, ya coroné. Me quieren ver mal porque ya ven que los pasé, cabrón, no te veo mordido. No sé por qué, si todo lo que tengo ahora un día me lo gané. Yo sigo en los míos, ya coroné. Me quieren ver mal porque ya ven que los pasé, cabrón, no te veo mordido. No sé por qué, si todo lo que tengo ahora un día me lo gané, yeah. Yo solo venía por un par de tragos, ahora todas las botellas en la disco las pago. Si hay problemas de tres entre van a salir disparos. Se bajan tres flow como los tres reyes magos. Pasando por la costa como Pablo y Gonzalo. Me dicen que le baje pero yo no le bajo. Te aprieto el botón, el power switch te lo apago. Te matamos y tu cuerpo no va a ser encontrado. Con Manuel doble alma siempre andamos. En cada pista que yo me monto siempre rajo. Cabrón, aquí soy Galactes, en esta tú eres Thanos. Por eso es que siempre les gano, yo siempre les gano. Sigo en los míos, sí. Solo con los míos, siempre con los míos. En nadie confío, oh, no, y no te busques lío, cabrón, no te busques lío. Yo sigo en los míos, ya coroné. Me quieren ver mal porque ya ven que los pasé, cabrón, yo te veo mordido. No sé por qué, si todo lo que tengo ahora un día me lo gané. Yo sigo en los míos, ya coroné. Me quieren ver mal porque ya ven que los pasé, cabrón, yo te veo mordido. No sé por qué, si todo lo que tengo ahora un día me lo gané, yeah, yeah. Mira, yo no voy a hablar mucho, solo les voy a decir que esto es LGM, la familia, Oxy, sí. Mira, dímelo M, dímelo Mago, los más de puta, sí, yo sigo en los míos, ya coroné. Me quieren ver mal porque ya ven que los pasé y yo te veo mordido. No sé por qué, si esto lo joseé, esto lo yeah.
Yeah, that was my choice for Song of the Week, Ya Coroné by Oxys. And we're going to keep it moving with the second song of the week. This is by our very own DJ on the ones and twos, SwZee, a.k.a. Tempo Beats. This one's Cubata by Vincier.
To the victor belongs the spoils.
Vincier! Cubata. Haters quiet, pin drops to a wind chime. Riot with the jackknife, strikes to the windpipe. Cola ice cold on the rocks with the gin spike that hits right quicker than a flick of these dim lights. Cubata flow, stream slow, minutes after midnight. You gotta know it's hot on the stove with this exquisite vibe. Rappers want a piece of this heat. They come and get a slice. The shoes fit to take two pairs. You can get it twice. Smoking on this ooze pen, tropical gelato. Awoken up to good news, loud as the bravado. MILF like a model, avocado, eat the taco. Thick thighs, innocent eyes, she like a flaco. No rebuttals as I make my recital. No invaders to my shuttle, did away with the entitled. Assumptions, exceptions, and expectations. Those three words will kill you, your kindness they'll take it. Stronger than a dab hit, part of me is vacant. People talking mad shit, they must have me mistaken. They underestimate me for the challenges I'm facing. Blood, sweat, and gallons of tears, but I've embraced it. So close, I can feel it, I can taste it. My 20s went to waste, now I'm feeling like I'm ageless. A sage on the beat, 10 years, come and taste this. The recipe has changed, but the rest of you, same shit. Just a different day and age, let the rage hit. Better ways, a better day is what the aim is. Superior aim is Rasheed Wallace, guarantee you Joe Namath. Cubata. Superior reserve.
Vince here with Cubata, chosen by our very own SwZee. And this is the last song of the week, chosen by our special guest Victorino. This is Gordo with Love and Vows.
ये रंजीत तो बड़ा गाली का
मेरी बात नहीं मानेगा। नो, आज से तेरी मेरी कट्टी। ओके, तो ये बात ही मान ले। मैं जरा फुलिया चेंज कर। ओके?
Let everything that I do glorify you in heaven, Father. Yeah. Born in Canaan, nobody cared for you. And they hated your guts, a born recluse. They had no compassion to see the worth in your life. So when I came to the field, I said that you would be mine. And oh my, how much you've grown. Used to be by yourself, yeah, you were alone. And then I took you from pain, washed away all the shame. And you're forever my bride, yeah, my wife you became. I draped you in the finest, pride stones to your liking, silk threads for the binding, and a crown for your hair, bracelets for your wrist. These are but few of my gifts, a kingdom for my kids. I know that you're aware, and so the heathen knew about me and you. If it weren't for me, what could you do? It's a shame I have to say it, but the harlot, yeah, you played it. Everything you did, I saw it. Ain't no way you can escape it. Took my gold and my silver and made an image of them. Gave them all that I gave you, from the meat to the stems. Took my boys and my girls and taking them from the world. And you think I'ma watch and not do anything? You forgot where you from, the old state that I brung. From the stench of your sins, forgiving all that you've done. I tell you, girl, I ain't dumb. Your showing off won't be fun. Now that you got me in fumes, now let me tell you the news. Your enemies that hate you, I leave you in their care. Daughters of a nation, ashamed of you and embarrassed. You caressed anybody who kept you warm in the night when you already had me. How dare you cheat in our life? Giving everything to people who didn't know all about you. Giving everything to the ones that didn't know how to. Love you at your weakest and brought you up to the top. So now that you in attendance, I tell you what you have wrought. Let it be known, every part that was shown, everyone that you killed, every pile of bones. Let them strip all your clothes, and every pelt of the stone will make you feel all your shame, and then I'll welcome you home. As is the mother, so is her daughter, hating her children and loathing the father. Your sisters were sinners, but look at your deeds. Greater they are and find comfort in thee. Jeez, can you hear how I feel? We made a vow together, I mean I kept it real. You lost your faith in your man, but see I knew about that. So I'ma tell you right now, I will never forget the vow I made to you then, when you were dead in your sins. I don't go back on my words, everlasting I am. I tell you big on my plans, I'll guide you with my right hand. I am the Lord of my house, and my burden is easy. I can suffer anybody that's willing to reach me. So when you put it on me, every burden and pain, remember where you were then. I'm always here for my friend, I got you now and forever. Please don't never forget, yeah. Thus saith the Lord God, I will even deal with thee as thou hast done, which hast despised the oath and breaking the covenant. Nevertheless, I will remember my covenant with thee in the days of thy youth, and I will establish unto thee an everlasting covenant. Then thou shalt remember thy ways, and be ashamed, when thou shalt receive thy sisters, thine elder and thy younger, and I will give them unto thee for daughters, but not by thy covenant. And I will establish my covenant with thee, and thou shalt know that I am the Lord. That thou mayest remember and be confounded, and never open thy mouth any more because of thy shame, when I am pacified toward thee for all that thou hast done, saith the Lord God. Amen.
Pull up the email real quick, bro. Yeah. This is 31.3 Urban Rhythm Radio with your boy RockyRoad313. And in studio is none other than Victorino. He is our special guest. He is an artist out of Southwest Detroit. And yeah, I mean, we've been promoting it ever since we found out that we were going to have a special guest. And it was none other than Victorino. We wanted Victorino to be our very first guest here just because he's had a great influential start. And his music is just hard. His music is fire. And we just wanted to share a little bit, have a little, chop it up with Victorino. This is the second hour. You're listening to 31.3 Urban Rhythm Radio with your boy RockyRoad313. And on the ones and twos is SwZee, a.k.a. Temple Beats. And next to me is none other than Victorino. Victorino, you know, you've had such tremendous success, you know, when it comes to the music that you share, whether it's on, you know, on your social media platforms, just being relevant on social media, everything that you've done so far. I mean, I just followed you ever since I found out you were an artist. You were sharing just random pictures on Facebook and your music. When you dropped your album, it was hard. But something I wanted to ask you, you know, let's start from the top. Let's start from the very beginning. When did you write your first song? When did that come about?
I didn't write my first song. I mean, I kind of wrote like little raps here and there, but my first actual song, you guys actually played it, was Drive. That was my first original song, and I wrote the lyrics to that when I was 17. And the thing that it took so long to release is that I lived in East Point, and I was going to the studio that my brother-in-law went to. Shout out Laurel. We were going to some studio on 9 Mile where it used to be like a dentist's office or something like that, but in the basement was a recording studio. But the only thing is that was also kind of like the party spot. Like, yeah, it was a studio, but people would go there to just party, and I didn't like that. And then on top of that, I stuck out like a sore thumb because at the time I was dressing more grunge attire. I wasn't wearing hats yet. I had like the wavy hair going on. I was carrying my guitar everywhere. I only had a black acoustic guitar, but yeah, I couldn't stick out any more than I already did. But yeah, so we made the beat like 6-7 years ago, and it was just me and him. Or he made it completely by himself at first. And it actually sampled the Incubus song of the same name, and because that was my idea, and then he just ran with it. But then, like, we lost the original beat, so we had to remake it. It was like a few years ago. I want to say 2018, and I kind of had like the basis of it, but it wasn't like sounding like how I was hearing in my head. So it wasn't until I met my boy Brian Castillo, shout out him, that he really like put it together and made it complete with the rap rock element that I wanted to it, instead of just being like this kumbaya song with the acoustic guitar. I mean, I used the electric guitar, but that's me playing all the parts, but it was you know, as far as like putting it together, he was the final piece of that puzzle.
Okay, nice. So I know that usually a lot of people would like to reference 31.3 Urban Rhythm Radio for just playing like strictly hip hop and rap and like, but no, this radio station is intended to play all genres of music. And something that stood out to me when I first heard your song Vibrations, that we're going to talk about a little later, was the fact that not only do you rap in the song, but you also have an element of using rock. Can you tell me a little bit about what sparked the desire to pursue this style of music? First thing that pops to mind, I don't know if Temple will agree with me, but when I think of certain artists that have that style of music, I think of Linkin Park, or I think of Limp Bizkit even, you know, going back, you know, today's Throwback Thursday, and we gotta shout it out.
You know what's funny is that when I first met him, I was like, what's your favorite band? And as soon as he said Linkin Park, I was like, I can tell. I knew right away. I mean, I don't care what anybody says. If you're a musician, you're inspired by another musician. And every musician that's ever played an instrument or that's ever sang or whatever, they've got an inspiration from another, another musician. And that musician got inspiration from, it's just a never-ending cycle. So, when people say, oh, you jocked or you didn't know, it's just inspiring, same thing with video. You're getting into the realm of video now, so you may go out and try to shoot something that Domingo Cortez tried to shoot, or you may try and go out and shoot, or I may try and go out and shoot something that Casso's done, with the drone shots and all that. So you get inspired by other people, and that's the beauty of music. That's why when it comes to music, I don't think there's anybody that can be a jocker, or anybody that can kind of bite off anything, because if you put it out there for somebody to enjoy it, then you should be able to put it out there for somebody to kind of make a rendition of it, you know what I mean, or kind of make their own twist to it, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, when we're on the topic of like influential of getting ideas from someone else, like that's something that happened to me too. I mean, growing up, I was really heavily involved with like Texas music. So I shared this with Z is Paul Wall. And when I first saw Paul Wall, he was like, "Oh, I'm the people's champ." And in his music video, Still Tippin', featuring Mike Jones, he comes out with the Intercontinental title, the WWE Intercontinental title. And I was like, man, that's a championship that I want to have one day. But most importantly, I want to have a music video where I have a championship just in it. And shout out to Castle for shooting that music video for me. Cien, you can catch it on YouTube. I have the World Heavyweight Championship, the iconic world title from back in the day.
That's the best title.
Yeah, and it's like, I go accomplished when it came to that. So taking bits and pieces. Now I've seen that somebody else that Castle shot has a championship featured in their music video. Yeah. So it just keeps going. Like, you're not jockeying anybody. You're not stealing from anybody. It's just who influenced your career. So can you tell us a little bit about what kind of sparked that, desire to pursue that specific style of music?
Oh, just to backtrack a little bit about the inspiration, you kind of inspired me with the Eddie Guerrero shirt, the Latino Heat. So I had to put on the real throwback where he first came out onto WWE.
Latino Heat,
for my video for Vibrations. So
that's so dope. I mean, that's so dope to have like that type of influence, like, oh, I want to do that too. Like that's so dope to me. I never knew that. I feel so humbled and honored at the same time. Like, it's dope.
I was like, yeah, I want to do that too. But yeah, to go for the, I guess how you say, specific style, which is really two styles, just kind of, I don't know, I just kind of put my 2 cents onto it. But like, I always wanted to do that because I felt like I was never one to really fit 100% in the hip-hop crowd. Even though I try, I actually kind of prefer the hip-hop crowd because that's what I know mostly, like, as far as like my peers go. But like, the rock side has always been like kind of like where I can feel my emotions, you know what I mean? Like, sometimes I get tired of rapping,
Yeah.
So it's just like, I just kind of, learn how to sing and play the guitar a little bit and just do my own, because I've always been into Linkin Park. I'm not even gonna lie. My cover art is inspired from their first album. So like, that's how much, and even the name, the Cross Spectrum, the Hybrid Theory, it's literally the same thing. I just reworded it.
Yeah.
But it's just, they just inspire me so much because, like, I don't know. To me, like, I have all their albums. I know almost all their underground stuff. I don't even know if anybody knew they had, like, a whole underground catalog that they haven't released to the public. And
since you're such a big fan, though, his death, how did that impact you, bro?
I'm not even going to lie to you.
Did you cry? It's okay if you cried, bro, because I teared up a little bit.
Oh, yeah, I cried for sure, man, because you know why? I mean, on top of, they were my first concert ever. I seen them in 2014 when they were promoting the Hunting Party, and that was when they stopped doing the electronic stuff, and they went just to, like, they keep saying it was, like, the pre-hybrid theory, because there's a very, it wasn't even, like, yeah, it was rap rock, but it was more punky, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
it was more of a very aggressive, and I indulged in it. I was like, they're finally coming back to their roots.
No, when I had broke the news, or when my brother, because my brother's the one that broke the news to me, my brother Angel, and he's like, hey, man, he's tearing up, by the way. He's crying. He's like, this is sad, man. I can't even talk about it. And he's like, Chester from Linkin Park, he couldn't even understand him, bro, because I was upset about it too, because we grew up off these guys, you know. And then what was it? I want to say it was a couple weeks after we lost Chris Cornell too.
No, Chris Cornell was
before.
First.
Yeah, that's what it was. He was 2 weeks or a couple weeks after Chris. That's what
I remember when Chris Cornell died, because he's another influence to me. He died in May of 2017.
And that what sucked was that he died here in Detroit.
Yeah, Fox Theater was the last show that he did at. He died at the MGM Grand Motel.
Yeah, it was sad to hear about that. He's a huge influence for me too. His just the grunge, that sound, just.
Yeah, I can't wait till I drop the cover of Black Hole Sun. Coming soon, man. But yeah, what hit so hard for me is that I actually, because they were supposed to go on tour in the U.S., right? Because they just finished their European tour, Linkin Park, and they were bringing MGK. I didn't really care for MGK, but since he was on the bill, I was like, all right, I'll check him out. He's all right. But anyway, so yeah, I was like, I've seen them once before. You know what? I'm gonna go all out. I'm gonna ball out, and I bought VIP meet and greet tickets. And it wouldn't let me buy one. I had to buy a pair of it. So I was like, whatever. It was $1,500 that I spent. And like I was like that invested. So when I heard that he passed away, I didn't even hear that he passed away online. I had like 3 different messages that day. They were like, "Bro, are you all right?" I was like, "Yeah, why? Nothing's wrong." I didn't say anything that was like suspect or like me doing anything harmful to myself. Like I've never been that type of person anyway, so like for them asking me like if I'm okay was really weird. And then that's when they told me like, you know, Chester passed away. I was like, oh man. And then it took like a few days to really process, and then like I think on like the 3rd or 2nd day, that's when it hit me. I'm like, dang, because I was listening to their album that they just dropped, which was One More Light, and I was listening to the song called One More Light, and that song is about someone who passes away. So like just imagine it was, oh man, I got hit with a wave that day, man. I was just like, I was super in my feelings.
Yeah.
But yeah,
that's crazy. I mean, when we're on that subject, you know, talking about influential and stuff, pulling away from all, I think it's part of who you are, and it's part of your evolving process of becoming who you are. You know, you got to take bits and pieces from certain influential people that you look up to. I mean, kind of breaking away a little bit from the music aspect, something that I learned recently, and I know you're a big wrestling fan, you know, when it comes to, you know, you took the idea of the Eddie Guerrero shirt. You know, that's who I looked up to growing up.
Definitely.
Me too.
WWF days,
Yeah.
transitioning to WWE, you know, becoming the first, you know, one of the first Latino WWE champions in history. But one thing I learned recently is also, do you know the wrestler Adam Cole?
Adam Cole. Is he on AEW?
He's now in AEW. He was in NXT, then he went to AEW.
Yeah.
So, and I know you both are familiar with Chris Jericho.
Yes.
Yeah.
So he
man.
was on an interview with Chris Jericho, and he was like, Chris Jericho was asking him, because his catchphrase is Adam Cole, baby. So he was like, how did you come up with that? He was like, actually, I got it from you. He's like, wait, how did you get it from me? He's like, yeah, back in the day, back in the Attitude Era, you used to like do this pose where you stepped on somebody. You were like, come on, baby. So he actually took the baby from Chris Jericho and made it his own.
Yeah.
So minuscule, but it's crazy.
It works.
Yeah.
It works. So when we're on that topic, you know, when I heard this song that we're about to play right now, it kind of gave me a little bit of the Linkin Park vibes, but that grungy style that you were talking about. I was like, that definitely gives me.
And you know what's funny is that we played it yesterday, and as it's playing, he looks at me, he goes, this can be a song for like an entrance of a WWE superstar.
So it's very ironic.
Oh, man. Let me be a wrestler one day, man.
It's very ironic. I could pick, like Z was saying yesterday, he can picture Triple H coming out to this song. You know?
Hey, that's another reason why I wanted to learn how to play guitar, because all the intros back in the day, man, they were so hard. Like the entrances and stuff like that, they were just.
Even it wasn't even almost the interest. It was also like the promos hyping up a match.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
They could be hyping up WrestleMania or whatever match it was, and that song just makes it more harder. Like you just want to tune in and watch that specific match. So with that being said, we're gonna continue with more Q&A. We're gonna continue chopping it up with Victorino, and this is one of his songs coming up right now. A song that really gives us those type of vibes. This is Wastelands by Victorino.
Me, what you think I need?
you ever said was a lie to get to me. But now it's time, I break free. I won't play the victim anymore. And you got see now. All this time I couldn't see. Everything you ever said was a lie to get to me. But now it's time, I break free. I won't play the victim anymore. And you got see now.
We're going to keep it moving with some more music. Next up, we got Born Bishop, and this one's called Thankful.
DJ Payne 1.
Thankful. Sometimes you just got to be thankful. Thankful. Sometimes you just got to be thankful.
Born Bishop. What's up? If it wasn't for the man upstairs, I wouldn't have made it. Yeah. I'm glad that I changed my life, I upgraded. Yeah. Traps that I've been in, walked out, I made it. Yeah. Snares I done been in, walked out unscathed in. No time for playing. Nah. Every single fraction goes in for thank you. Yeah. Giving up praise, thinking, running my mind, thinking, long as I'm not sinking. Gotta keep your eyes on the main goal. Yeah. You can do anything that you aim for. Yeah. All of these things in your reach, shout it. Yeah. Spud Webb get the ducking on the lead, shout it. I was last, now I'm leader of the team, shout it. Yeah. I forgive you, but you can't do nothing for me. Yeah. Watch me do my Carmelo breaking ankles. Woo. Yeah, I'm so thankful.
Thankful. Sometimes you just got to be thankful.
I'm so thankful, you know.
Thankful. Sometimes you just got to be thankful.
Yeah. Through it all, man, you gotta be wise. A lot of people don't wanna see you rise. Don't listen to them, just look into their eyes. And you will see that you the one that they despise and evil that they prize. So be careful how and who you associate. They start to retaliate off of resignate. The good in your life to this present day. But keep on living that until you go away. And when you gone, watch it linger. Stay afloat, just like the note from an ill singer. Can't nobody stop this what God give. And somehow the power flow, it is positive. When they hear this, they give emojis. With the praying hands to show they all know me. And then I put my hands together to show God I love him. And I won't change ever, I'm thankful. Thankful. Yeah.
Sometimes you just got to be thankful. Thankful. Sometimes you just got to be thankful.
Yeah, shout out to Born Bishop with that dope track, Thankful. And we're going to continue with some more music. This one's one of my own. This is RockyRoad313 with CN.
Rocky Road on the track, yo.
Yo estoy bien y me siento yo al 100. Yo levanto mi alabanza, Jesucristo único Rey. Dios, yo te alabo, ya lanzo yo mis manos, agradecido con la gracia que tú me has dado. Me siento yo al 100 y pongo mi fe en Dios Todopoderoso, que Él siempre es fiel. Dios, yo te doy mi alabanza, me llenaste de mucha esperanza. A ti yo me rindo, muestra el camino, te seguiré con toda mi confianza. Yo en esta cuarentena comprendí que la vida puede ser muy frágil. Señor, tú aún reinas, ni un virus te aleja, tú amas tus hijos 1000. Yo levanto mi voz para ti y que todos me escuchen decir: nueva vida tú das y llenas de paz a los que siempre buscan de ti. Yo estoy bien y me siento yo al 100. Yo levanto mi alabanza, Jesucristo único Rey. Dios, yo te alabo, ya lanzo yo mis manos, agradecido con la gracia que tú me has dado. Me siento yo al 100 y pongo mi fe en Dios Todopoderoso, que Él siempre es fiel. Soy un guerrero como Eri, pa' lo que venga estoy ready. 3 amigos on my side, God always provides, bendiciones caen como confeti. ¿Qué más puedo yo decir si tengo a Cristo a un lado de mí? Lo que yo siento real y no hay nada en el mundo que yo pueda definir. Y no hay nada de qué fingir, si todo te lo debo yo a ti. Porque al 100 siempre ando, yo sigo orando, me diste razón de vivir. Yo estoy bien y me siento yo al 100. Yo levanto mi alabanza, Jesucristo único Rey. Dios, yo te alabo, ya lanzo yo mis manos, agradecido con la gracia que tú me has dado. Me siento yo al 100 y pongo mi fe en Dios Todopoderoso, que Él siempre es fiel. Dios, yo te alabo, ya lanzo yo mis manos, agradecido con la gracia que tú me has dado. Me siento yo al 100 y pongo mi fe en Dios Todopoderoso, que Él siempre es fiel. Estoy al 100, te doy gracias. Yo te
This is 31.3 Urban Rhythm Radio with your boy RockyRoad313. We got on the ones and twos, like always, SwZee, aka Temple Beats, and joining us in studio is Victorino. We're gonna get chopping it up with him in just a little bit, but right now we're gonna talk about something that we just love to share here on the station, and it's what's good in the hood. What are some of your favorite spots? You can send us a DM or email us, and we can shout it out, or we can just help promote it. If you have a small business that you want promoted, you can go ahead and send it 31.3 Urban Rhythm at gmail.com, and just send all your submissions. And we're going to talk about different spots in the hood that we love to go to, whether it's food, whether it's getting a haircut, whatever it is. What are some of the spots that you enjoy going to? We would love to hear from you. You can DM us on Instagram, 31.3 Urban Rhythm Radio. And yeah, just share all the information, share all the good spots. This is What's Good in the Hood featuring Victorino. So one of the spots that I love to go to is La Fiesta Ice Cream Shop. And it's in 4801 West Verner. It's right before you get to... it's actually across the street from one of the Parian taco trucks. And like that's one of the things that I enjoy about these certain spots is that they're hidden gems. They're very underrated. A lot of people are like, oh, well, I don't know. It's next to a laundromat. I don't think it's safe in there. And I don't think the food.
I swear to God, you literally took everything straight out of my brain, because I was actually going to shout out El Parian, the taco truck across the street, because They literally hook it up every single time I go over there, bro. Sometimes they're a little bit on, like, especially in the morning, they're like, but
they need their coffee.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, después de café, they're all straight. So, shout out to those guys, El Parian, the truck. That's my spot. You know, it could be anyone. The one across the street from McDonald's on Springwells. There's the one on Ferdinand and Werner. Isn't there another? Where's the other one at? There's a third one, isn't there?
The one on Ferdinand and
the third one is the shop, the actual store, and that's the one.
Oh, that's the one on Avis and Lawndale.
There you go. Yeah. So any one of those locations are all owned by the same dueño, the same person that owns them. He runs all of them. So shout out to those guys. I literally get tacos 2 or 3 times a week. So, and it's always from Parian.
And even El Imperio, that's another one of theirs. That one is on Werner as well. That one's right next to Huntington Bank. Right there on Springwells and Werner.
Yep.
And then he's also got Huicho's Burgers.
I didn't care for Huicho's.
I mean, I'm not the biggest fan when it comes to burgers itself. So that's not.
I'm a huge fan of burgers, and when I was like, I didn't care. Pero son los hamburguesas de mexicanos, you know what I mean? Mexicanas. They make them estilo mexicano. So you can't really. That's why I told my wife, like, I can't really knock it because they're Mexican burgers. They're not American burgers. And when you think of a burger, you think of, lettuce, tomato, pickles, cheese, bacon, and these guys are throwing avocado and salsa, and I was like,
I don't know what you're talking about. Put all that on mine.
I don't know. I don't know, man. I guess you a little bit of gabacho in me, I guess. I don't know.
So shout out to El Parian, all the taco trucks, man. That's definitely one of my go-to spots too. And now, like, so shout out to Huicho, man. Huicho is completely changing the game when it comes to taco spots in the hood, because he's also opened up, not even opened up, but taken some certain restaurants and made it his own. Like another one that's right by my house. As you know, I'm a native of Lincoln Park. That's where I live. That's my spot. And in Lincoln Park, right on the border of Allen Park and Lincoln Park, there was this restaurant called Los Arcos, and now he took over it. Now it's Los Arcos, thanks to to Huicho. He's now owner of that restaurant. So shout out to Huicho for all the dope taco spots, all those dope spots. You can just grab tacos. If you're into seafood, you can try out El Imperio, or even right there on Avis and Lawndale, he's got the actual shop at El Parian. I think it's called La Palapa or something like that.
Yeah, and then it says something El Parian underneath it. I can't remember.
Yeah, so it's by the same owner.
I guess it's like the sister shop. I guess you could say, or the brother shop. But yeah, they're all the same dueño, all the same owners.
Yeah, and right there in that same restaurant, you can also get the seafood of El Imperio food truck. So shout out to them. But yeah, shout out to La Fiesta ice cream too. Like a lot of people say, well, it's right next to a laundromat. You can get germs or whatever, and it's just crazy. But to me, those are the spots. Like I talked about this a few weeks ago, La Jalisciense, which is inside of literally a market, and then you have the restaurant and the little bar right there. But La Fiesta ice cream, man, they always I mean, you got Mangonadas del Barrio, you got, La Niña, you got all these other types of businesses that kind of run the same way. They have like the same similar food and stuff. But La Fiesta ice cream, there's something about them that every time I go in there and I order the Mangonada smoothie, like it's always on point. Like, it tastes so good.
I go in there for the hot Cheetos and cheese, bro.
Hot Cheetos and cheese. Yeah. You can find the hot Cheetos and cheese, the nachos, anything in there.
Bro. I don't know what it is, but there's another one that's called the Dorilote, and it's Doritos with elote and cheese, and it's just it's a masterpiece.
Like crushed up Doritos?
No. They're full Doritos, bro. But what they do is they cut the bag open on the side. You know how they have like a walking taco?
Yeah.
They just do that, but they put everything else, that with corn and the cheese and the chile, everything.
That sounds like a mess,
bro. It's amazing,
bro. If you thought us Mexicans we worry about carbs, they'll throw all the carbs at you when it comes to that. Like something very similar to that I love getting is the Tostilocos. So it's very similar. It's the same thing, but instead of Doritos, it's Tostitos. And there's one specific one that I like is the green bag. That's the salsa verde. And all the ingredients of the elote. Just throw it in there. All cheese and chile and all goodness.
just to like throw this out there, you know, Cheetos has got it's called street corn flavored.
Oh, I did
what
try that.
What the heck? What is that, like the street taco first? Street tacos, now street corn?
It's like the American way of saying Mexican without offending anybody. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Hey, bro,
I hate this generation.
No. Pero mira, like, so back in the day when we were kids, you ever went to Los Polleros, the ones that the guys that make the chicken on the grill outside of the place? Yes.
Yeah.
Well, when we were kids, we used to call it sidewalk chicken. Because they made it on the grill on the sidewalk. So we had a friend that came over, and she's got a big family. We got a big family, and she starts like, I'm hungry. I'm like, yeah, let's go get some sidewalk chicken. And she looked at me like, what the hell is that? But I shit you not, though. As soon as she tasted it and she had it, she's like, she's been a fan ever since. She calls me every time. Hey man, guess what I'm getting right now? Sidewalk chicken.
There you go. Yeah, I did see that. I actually got to try them, and they weren't the greatest, to be honest. The Cheetos, the street corn. Nah. So
that's disturbing.
Yeah, that's a bit disturbing. We're gonna share it on our Insta stories. I'm gonna share it on our Insta stories. That bag, and if you've tried it, let us know. Is it good or is it trash? To me, I have to agree. It's trash. It's not good at all, and it don't even taste like street corn. You can't beat the original taste of street corn. Like you can't top that. But yeah, it's a shout out to La Fiesta Ice Cream, 4801 West Werner Highway. You can check them out. I'm not sure. I think they're open all year round, even though it could be like negative 50 degrees outside, and they'll still be serving ice cream.
Definitely in those big mountains. So
so they got all the aguas frescas, all the snacks, basically all the snacks that you think of, Mexican snacks. You can check them out.
Definitely.
What
about you, Victor?
Yeah, Vic. What's something that you enjoy?
I was gonna say La Fiesta, but like the actual, like, I used to go there and get like taco meat there. So, because like they already pre-cut it up for you and stuff like that. So.
Are you talking about the market?
The market, La Fiesta Market.
Oh yes, that was the spot as soon as we got out of school. Because I went to CCA High, and that was a spot. As soon as mom and dad came and picked us up, we would always go to La Fiesta. And when we went there, we knew that we were gonna have a carne asada. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or mom's bought the taco meat, so we knew we were having some kind of Mexican that night. It was something cool to look forward to. But yeah, shout out to them, man. They're always the dueño. He's a really cool guy. Everybody in there, they've always been nice every time I go in there. So shout out to those
really
people.
Nice people in there.
Yeah, I mean. Southwest is basically Little Mexico. You can, and not just Little Mexico. You can find all types of, I think of Southwest as a melting pot because there's just so many cultures, and we'll just keep sharing more spots on a, weekly basis when it comes down to what's good in the hood. Check out La Fiesta Ice Cream, 4801 West Werner Highway. Check out El Parian food trucks. They're spread all throughout Southwest, and make sure to check out La Fiesta Market. That one's also on Werner. And you can find all your groceries, any Mexican that you can think of, all the Mexican groceries, you can check them out there. So shout out to all those businesses. We thank you for just continuing to just give us all the goodness. Like, that is just amazing. So shout out to all the businesses in Southwest. And let's keep it moving with some more music. In less than 10 minutes, we're going to be chopping it up once again with Victorino. Next up, we got The Davis Way with Detroit Monster. Shout out to the Davis Way with that dope beat, that fire beat, Detroit Monster. We're going to keep it going with some young artists. I keep mentioning this every time we're on air because it's very true. Some of the youngest artists that we have on our playlist. This is OTM Baby Matt and OTM Ghost with Vibe.
OTM. If you going back to Christmas, let me know. Little baby, I can take a nice slow. I like your vibe, I just like the way you go. I like your
Ray Rax on the track.
If you go back to the crib, just let me know. Little baby, I can take it nice and slow. I like your vibe, I just like the way you glow. I like your vibe, I just like the way you glow. If we go back to the crib, just let me know. Little baby, I can take it nice and slow. I like your vibe, I just like the way you glow. I like your vibe, I just like the way you glow. Little baby, let's go hit this road. We got money and we turned up on these shows. You in the sky, I just caught me on the roads. You in the sky, I just caught me on the roads. We hit the movies, and we also hit the stars. I'm a young rich nigga, so I'ma keep you on frost. Talking to the ops, best believe we never told. I say talking to the ops, best believe we never fold. I say 1, 2, 3. Little baby, come rock with me. I can see it in your eyes that you really want me. I say 1, 2, 3. Little baby, come rock with me. I can see it in your eyes that you really want me. As we go back to the crib, just let me know. Little baby, I can take it nice and slow. I like your vibe, I just like the way you glow. I like your vibe, I just like the way you glow. As we go back to the crib, just let me know. Little baby, I can take it nice and slow. I like your vibe, I just like the way you glow. I like your vibe, I just like the way you glow. We might argue, but we end up making love. Please do not judge my past, cause I'm really out the mud. So I'm asking, do you got love for a thug? Cause I'm looking in your eyes like, baby, I want you. I know niggas told you that before, but I'm not playing games. One day you gon' have my last name. I'm a young rich nigga, so I keep that flame. Yeah, so I keep that flame. Look in my eyes, you can see the pain. Remember days I was down walking in the rain. I found the way, I had to maintain. I say 1, 2, 3. Little baby, come rock with me. I can see it in your eyes that you really want me. If you go back to the crib, just let me know. Little baby, I can take it nice and slow. I like your vibe, I just like the way you glow. I like your vibe, I just like the way you glow. If we go back to the crib, just let me know. Little baby, I can take it nice and slow. I like your vibe, I just like the way you glow. I like your vibe, I just like the way you go. I'm like, baby, can I take you out tonight? Hit the crib and get high. Is you really down to ride? Late nights, can I slide? I got a question. Real phone, who you texting? Get in the bed, let's get to wrestling. You my baby, I ain't stressing. I said I love you when I meant it, so ooh, yeah. Got me feeling like ooh, yeah. I said I really fuck with you, yeah. So can I please come through? Yeah, so I can show you what I do. Yeah, show me how you make it move. Yeah, I'll show you how to break the rules. Yeah, I feel your vibe and your mood. Yeah, so what it do? If you go back to the crib, just let me know. Little baby, I can take it nice and slow. I like your vibe, I just like the way you glow. I like your vibe, I just like the way you glow.
We're going to keep it moving with some more music. But right after the song, we're going to chop it up again with Victorino. But next up, we have Leif Erikson with The Vigil.
Oh, yeah, this is cool. I feel a lot better. Yeah, I was feeling a little bit emotional earlier this week. It's all right. Thinking about my people. We light it up for y'all. Plugged in, I'm ready to go. All systems alerted. Emergency broadcast inserted. Surface all natural. What you hear is what you see. Give me your pound, touch, and agree. Synchronicity, you got your volume on 10. Multiply 5 mile for the blend. Winds of change, sweep the land cause we independent. Emancipated, a new beginning. Helping hand to neighbors for assistance. Moving on, Godspeed. I be in a sanctuary mind state. Refuge for the unpleasant. Calculated to the decimal point. Turn the decibels up in this joint. You can feel it in your chest. Pulse of the world underlined in my text. Notebooks and manuscripts. Real ones, no counterfeit. And for the deceased, we'll keep a candle lit. Light it up for my friends and my family. So light it up for all of yesterday's casualties. Light it up for my decrease in salary. Light it up for my peeps that try to battle me. So light it up for my friends and my family. Light it up for yesterday's casualties. So light it up for my disappearing salary. Light it up for the world to try to battle me. The love never dies, neither does the soul. But a dream is just a wish if you don't plan your goals. Panic mode, road shows, I had to get off. Cause ain't no good time in temporary layoffs. My permanent payoff wasn't street education. If you stay there long enough, that's a lifetime vacation. Cap fit, body bag as a gown and a diploma. Blood spill is a pleasing aroma to the hounds of Baskerville. Reveal their character. The media frenzy and the mass hysteria. So I changed my area, circumference and my radius. Life a mathematical equation. Add the positive, subtract the negative, multiply the truth, divide the percentages as a fair share amongst all individuals. The right principles, direction, and attitude. Light it up for my friends and my family. So light it up for all of yesterday's casualties. Light it up for my decrease in salary. Light it up for my peeps that try to battle me. So light it up for my friends and my family. Light it up for yesterday's casualties. So light it up for my disappearing salary. Light it up for the world to try to battle me. Cause we know it's hard out here. But we trying to live. It's tough to survive. Cause it's tough to survive. It's tough to survive. It's so hard out here. But we all wanna live. Though it's tough to survive. Because it's tough to survive. Cause we trying to stay up. Cause we trying to stay alive. And when we say light it up, we just let the light shine. We're not pouring out no liquor no more. We gon' put the light up forevermore. Understand? We gone.
This is 31.3 Urban Rhythm Radio with your boy RockyRoad313. And in studio, we have our special guest, Victorino, who we're going to chop it up with just a little bit more. And a few segments ago, or, a few minutes ago, we were talking about discussing his first song, his style of music. And lately, I've been seeing that you've been a part of some events. You've been performing at Fantasma. You've been kind of plugging in with Southwest Seeds and doing their Final Fridays. Can you talk about any other events or anything that that's coming up that where we can find you? Maybe even go support you.
Well, there's I got a show coming up. It's gonna be in Yipsy. It's gonna be at a little tiny bar, kombucha bar. Called Triple Goddess Tasting Room. I'm going to be there October 9th, which is a Saturday. And I'm trying to bring my friends Brian Castillo, Brian Ruiz, my new friends, Dev, who I met at Southwest Fest. He's a drummer. And Camila Cantu. Shout out to all those people. So, the four of us, well, really it's me, Brian Castillo, Camila Cantu, and Dev are part of this, music collective that I mentioned earlier. We're gonna start. We got something coming. I'm not sure how much I'm allowed to spill the beans on that. I almost messed up there, but yeah, I'm with this music collective, and we got something in the works. I posted a picture earlier today on my photography account, Visions by Victorino.
Shout out there. Catch him on Instagram.
Yeah, I'm all over with it, but yeah, we were in the studio over in Farmington Hills, and literally we're trying to make something out of jam sessions, man. And it's gonna be amazing. We got something, a little taste coming next week, I believe. I'm not sure. I'll finally be able to say what it is next week.
Nice. So you kind of touched on your collective. How did that come about? Was that something that you kind of always pictured yourself being part of, like a group, or would you always consider yourself to be a solo artist, or is that some of the visions that you had, no pun intended, but the plan that you had of being like in a group, a collective like that?
No, because honestly, this is not the first time the idea of a collective has been thrown at me. I've always been into, like, I just try to associate myself with people that are like-minded. Like back when I was like in high school and when I was getting my start in music and rapping and getting comfortable in the studio, I was with this collective called the Righteous Minds. Rest in peace to that. We didn't go far. We didn't record anything. It was just a name we threw together. That anyway, but my cousin Knox was the mentor, really. So and then like he always had his thing that he kind of wanted me to be a part of, but because like I wanted to find out who I was for myself first. So like I do kind of see myself as a solo artist, but in doing that, I find like these support groups, but I just kind of consider them family at this point, So like, there's my rapper group, which consists of Aztec Nando, Domingo Cortez, Slap Music, Goyo, Dose, Mavo. Those are my boys, man. So like, and like we're always sharing each other's stuff and stuff like that, and then there's like my music collective, which really came together because I just had an event earlier this month called Southwest Fest, and it was really just like all the people who were performing outside, because they had 3 stages. There was 2 outside stages, but one of them I think was like more for like DJing, and like they had like a couple singers and rappers. But for like the stage that had like the musicians, like that was where I met like the majority of this collective. Like I've already known Brian Castillo because he's my producer. He helped produce most of my my project Across Spectrum, but through him I met other musicians, and so like that was something I always wanted to be a part of, to be around other musicians, because I'm always around rappers, like Detroit, like there's nothing but rappers left and right, there's producers and stuff like that, but like the ones I like to talk a lot are rappers. I mean, I'm not saying that that's a bad thing, but the ones that are more present, and like I talk to a lot of rappers already, so to find like a little safe space, if you will.
Yeah.
So to be like just jam, and I always wanted that.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you kind of touched base a little bit on your album, which was called the Cross Spectrum EP that you can find on all digital platforms. Or is there anything new in the works? Any future projects that we can expect from your, what's next for Victorino?
I'm working on a solo song, but like I said, I got a collaborative project with my rapper friends. So I got a song with Aztec Nando coming out. It's kind of like a Busta Rhymes Tech 9 kind of thing, but that's as much as I'll say on that. Shout out to him and his success. Like he just got a billboard, or I don't know, he's got something over in Times Square, New York right now, and it's blowing up. Like his Instagram's blowing up, his Facebook's blowing up. So shout out to him. He deserves all the credit. Because like he's been working hard. He's been doing it longer than a lot of. Well, I know he's kind of like, I would say, the captain of my group, I guess, because he's been doing it for about like 3 years now. So like now that success is finally starting to snowball into something massive. The fact that he's got an advertisement in New York, so like he's a good person to be around. But yeah, so I got a collaborative song with him, and we're also trying to work with something more my speed, which is like a rock song. So like kind of like Linkin Park vibes, that's kind of my specialty. Guilty as Charged. Shout out to Danny S. He's gonna be helping producing that one. He's also helped produce this next song that I got with me and Domingo Cortez. It's kind of like a more softer song. I'll probably send it to you guys probably next week, or I'm trying to shoot the video for it, but gotta get that organized first. But yeah, so me and Domingo got a song together, and then one of my buddies, Lear, that I met through my martial arts school, we got a fight song, which is also kind of like a hype, fast kind of song. So, yeah, shout out to Lear, if you're watching or listening. But yeah, so there's that, and then like I said, I got my music collectives. So shout out to Brian Ruiz, who also is. I'm trying to get into this music collective because he's a drummer. And shout out to Brian's Rent Audio.
Yes.
You need to hire that guy to get your sound right.
Yes, we actually promoted them yesterday. Brian's Rent Audio. You can find them. We'll share more of that when we share the small businesses. But yeah, we sent a shout out to them yesterday. And thank you so much for submitting your business. And yeah, just shout out to Brian's Rent Audio. Shout out to Grupo Contagio as well.
Yeah, they're awesome, man. But yeah, that's as far as I got coming from me. So
yeah, anything else you want to add, Tempo?
How does it felt lately, man? Getting the I don't want to say attention, but the feedback that you've been getting so far. How have you been soaking that up? How's that?
It's not like overwhelming or anything. It's kind of, I want to say I'm surprised, but not in a like, wow, I didn't see this coming. Like, but I'm it's kind of like, like, you want me to come through and do this for you? Yeah, I could do it. Like the Southwest Fest. Well, really, it was the El Club, performance at El Club for Fiesta Vibes. Shout out EJ. That kind of like was out the blue. Literally, the dude asked me, he's like, hey, you want to perform at El Club? I'm like, yes. That's like the first venue ever that I get to perform at, like an actual music venue. So I'm like, yeah. And so I said yeah to that, and then 5 minutes later I see the flyer and my name's the last name to be on there, so I'm like, yes.
Nice. Yeah, no, that's honestly, that was really all I wanted to know, because since you've started, you've gotten a lot of good positive feedback from all types of people,
Yeah, really all types, rappers, musicians, singers,
engineers. Like there's people that I send some of my work to kind of like revise. And I'll send them over, some new music that's kind of, been playing in the neighborhood. And you were one of the first people I sent over. And this guy's like, one of these engineers that I sent it to was like, man, this kid is amazing. Like, does he have a ghostwriter? Is somebody write him? Like, no, this is all him. He was like, no, tell him to keep it that way because you're gonna go somewhere, bro. So that's all I wanted to make sure I told you was keep up your good work, man. Because look what's happened in such a short time that you've been doing it.
I know, just a year. This is where it's come to so far, and it's honestly a lot. But it could be I have a long way to go, and I'm not gonna stop. So just know that.
Absolutely, just keep striving in your goals and your ambitions and your dreams. Shout out to Nando. I mean, you kind of touched base on it. I actually came across that image as well, and it's just dope. No hate, like. This is the thing, sometimes in the neighborhood, you can kind of hate towards people's ambitions. You can be a little envious. But to me, to see artists, out of the hood, whether we talk or not, I don't care. But just to see that success and see where people lead, like, it's just awesome. So shout out to Nando. I did come across that image, and it was just like dope to see. I was like, wow, that's amazing. So maybe we can see Victorino. Not maybe. I think we will see Victorino one day in Times Square as well with his flyer, and it's just going to be amazing. So with that being said, we're going to continue it with some more music before we chop it up again with Victorino, our special guest. You can catch him on social media, Victo Cito, and yeah, check out his album on Spotify and all digital platforms. With that being said, we continue with some more music with some of the Chi-Town artists. Next up, we got Swan Solo with I Do What I Want.
Yeah. Swan Solo. Southside Chicago. I get the money. I do what I want. Haters be hating. I know what they own. I get the money. I do what I want. Haters be hating. I know what they own. I get the money. I do what I want. Haters be hating. I know what they own. I get the money. I do what I want. Haters be hating. I know what they own. I get the money, I do what I want. Haters be hating, I know what they own. Never lay back with my hand on my chrome. Ain't fucking with you, but I'm holding my own. Ready is on like Donkey Kong. We flexing, we strong, we getting that dope. Selling the kush away from the cops, no worries, we in the zone. We hella blowing that smoke, they make you choke. Never go broke, 100% or nothing at all. We make it rain, we make it snow. Me and the homies ain't fucking with y'all, so act like you know. We getting that money, blunt in my hand, I take a toke. The money's all I know. I'm selling that cushion, traffic that coke in real time. Before I go home, before my cover gets blown in South Chicago, anything goes. I'm out here, I'm gone, I'm high on that kush. Always lit, I'm always on. The windy city's where I'm from. I'm Michael Jordan, fuck LeBron. I get the money, I do what I want. Haters be hating, I know what they own. I get the money, I do what I want. Haters be hating, I know what they own. I get the money, I do what I want. Haters be hating, I know what they own. I get the money, I do what I want. Haters be hating, I know what they own. I'm getting money, making it drop. Driving away from the cops. I'm staying on top and I ain't gonna stop. I'm getting money and I do what I want. I get the money, I do what I want. I'm getting money and I do what I want. I get the money, I do what I want. I'm getting money, I do what I want. I'm flipping them all. They acting too tough, they running their mouths. They talk to the cops, they tricking off. This is getting rough. Despise I trap, I'm holding a pulse. I'm paying the cost on solo, of course. I'm up with the most, I'm painting the time with a couple of hoes. Everyone knows I'm lit, I'm having fun. I'm getting drunk, I'm sniffing coke. I'm praying to never go broke. This South Chicago, this ain't no lie, this ain't no joke. I'm ready to ride, ready to go. With no second thoughts, I'm in the zone. My mind is blown. South Chicago, forever my home. Drugs, money and power, mucho dinero. Me and the homies in this together. Forever we grinding, forever we getting that paper. Forever we rising, it's hypnotizing the head. It's starting to realize. The more you see me, the more you like it. Hell yeah, they talking about it. I'm getting that money, puro desmadre. I do what I want, I'm in love with the money. I'm in love with the money. Hell yeah, they talking about it. I'm getting that money, puro desmadre. I do what I want, I'm in love with the money. I'm in love with the money. I get the money, I do what I want. Haters be hating, I know what they own. I get the money, I do what I want. Haters be hating, I know what they own. I get the money, I do what I want. Haters be hating, I know what they own.
Let's keep it moving with some more Chi-Town artists. This is Bulldog Duran featuring El Sanoer with Karma.
Acciones causan diferencias. Las acciones son tus pertenencias. No hay diferencia sin escapar de consecuencias sobre las acciones. No hay. No hay.
No tengo lana, no tengo cama, no tengo dama, no tengo calma. Se me hace que es mujer este maldito karma. Le gusta estar a mi lado, de mí no se ha alejado, maldita karma. He pagado lo que he hecho, me has herido hasta el fondo de mi pecho. Aunque diario ganas le echo, he aprendido a vivir sin despechos. Mi única ilusión que ella vuelva a dormir en mi pecho. Pero qué más se le hace, tengo que seguir en avance. Demostrarlo cabrón, aunque no fui bueno en clase. Pero pongo un ella en la base, a varios el culo se les deshace. Cuando el perro empieza en enlace, dicen bulldog no la hace. No trae barras, no trae frases, no entra en fase. Como diría mi homie Camacho, pues véngase mi parce. Hey, hey, no quiero ser chingón, solo quiero ser cabrón. Me he fortalecido con cada tropezón que la vida me dejó. Rodeado de tanto pendejo que se dice ser amigo y te da el bajón. Otros presumiendo la cura, los cacha y uno es el rajón, por favor. Maldita karma, compra un ticket, da la chingada. Me cansé de tanta mamada. No hay lana, no hay cama, no hay dama, no hay calma. Menos amigos, más enemigos. Más desamor, pues el corazón se desabrigo. Date cuenta, ya no quiero estar más contigo. Karma, aléjate de mi camino. Te aferras a abrazarme, no me dejas levantarme. Tanta shit, no puedo concentrarme. Has de querer de un puente unas vías aventarme. En verdad, si mi vida es un sueño en realidad, si mi vida es un sueño en realidad, si mi vida es un sueño en realidad. tengo lana, no tengo cama, no tengo dama, no tengo calma. Se me hace que es mujer este maldito karma. Le gusta estar a mi lado, de mí no se ha alejado, maldita karma. No tengo lana, no tengo cama, no tengo dama, no tengo calma. Se me hace que es mujer este maldito karma. Le gusta estar a mi lado, de mí no se ha alejado, maldita karma. De mí no se ha alejado, maldita karma.
¿Qué les da el derecho de decir si mi trabajo está bien o está mal hecho? De hecho, los hechos lo demuestran. La flecha está en tu pecho, el gancho en tu costado. Cada letra que he grabado a mi garganta le ha costado. ¿Y qué les falta para criticarme? Si cada verso que yo he escrito ha sido para levantarme. Con rimas de la fina que lleva mi firma, MC de plastilina. El sano te denomina pirómano que te quema. Quede más de lo que espero en este tema. Date cuenta que prefiero una dama que me quiera por mi gorda silueta que por lo gordo de mi cuenta. Vuelta da el destino, la bala que disparas la toparás en tu camino. Si no estás preparado, no podrás esquivarla. El karma es una dama cargando puras dagas que regresan como un boomerang. Vayas donde vayas, siempre te alcanzarán. Pero debes entender que los malos momentos siempre te harán crecer. A veces ganas algo cuando aprendes a perder. A no ser un ser, no. Abre los ojos bien, nunca falta quien te apunte con su dedo. Puedo fundirme con la base, nunca falta un imbécil creyéndose un gigante. Cuando el karma te alcance, solo calle y aguante, que todo es temporal. Puede ser un Messi y fallar el penal. Ya, es el Sanoer y el Bulldog moviendo los hilos de esta instrumental, tan solo con esta cuerda vocal.
From some local Chi-Town artists to one of the legends himself, this one is Exoto featuring Twista, and it's called Gunplay.
Me conecto, me presento, soy el epicentro de ralos infecto. A los que los detecto, te aplasto como un excepto. No ocupo de intermediario, represento mi condado. Tengo todo organizado, siempre estoy bien informado. De soldado uniformado, no nací para intentarlo, yo nací para agarrarlo. Siempre estoy al mando con la vereta en la mano. Bien cargado con los tiros avinados, yo aquí te desarmo. Como la ve, mira lo que te digo porque sabes que yo tengo un nivel. Yo le tomo las capturas, ya sintieron mi tortura dura. Ustedes no están a mi altura, para mí ya son basura. Ya sentiste mis locuras, por tu madre hasta lo juras. Para mí eres como Judas, te juro que me la sudas. Mexicano 100%, lo digo, lo represento. Entendiste mi concepto, controlo mi cuadra. Manas en la cara, la bala se te dispara. Represento el habla hispana, nadie me regaña, me reclama. Yo desgarro toda tu alma, mejor tómalo con calma. Ya empezó mi travesía, no soy yo de la CIA. Hago que suban las manos como si yo fuera policía. Ella estoy sentado en mi silla con la vereta en la orilla. Ando con pura morrilla, cultivando la semilla. Lo que cosechas cultivas, pegándole, porque todo lo que te digo es para que te pongas muy bien. Te tiro de tiro, yo termino, tu respiro determino. Quedaron arrepentidos, paro tus latidos, corazón partido, ido de la mente. Soy consciente con AK-47, todo es diferente. Me meto en tu lente, soy consciente, vivo del presente. No tengo ningún pendiente, yo aquí soy muy eficiente. Pero que fue, con el estilo no te contradigo y es para que te pongas normal. Yo voy a ganar, billetes contar, no me van a pagar, siempre voy a triunfar. Seremos eternos como los tres mosqueteros. Dejo tu cara cortada como Tony Montana. La sangre aquí se derrama, llámale a tu mamá. No me gusta el drama, 8 tiros en tu cara y nadie me reclama. Me conecto, me presento, soy el epicentro de ralos infecto. A los que los detecto, te aplasto como un excepto. No ocupo de intermediario, represento mi condado. Tengo todo organizado, siempre estoy bien informado. De soldado uniformado, no nací para intentarlo, yo nací para agarrarlo. Siempre estoy al mando con la vereta en la mano. Bien cargado con los tiros avinados, yo aquí te desarmo.
I be the one to be coming up in it, whatever the rhythm I do. Anybody been able to get it whenever the money get put in my hand. Get in my animal, kind of but wanna be up in the enemy element. I'm an immediate threat. Be never the one to be about it ran. Calling me the malevolent, wanna be giving a bottle of liquor to get him intoxicated. Whenever I rock, they're waiting for me to get on. It was inevitable to be doing it better, and I'm gonna get him into it. And when I be doing it, I'm on a regular, I wanna go in the zone. Look at the heart, look at the pain when I be doing the style. Look at the work, look at the rain, I be on top of the pile. I'm in the middle of going through hate, don't wanna suffer the face. I'm on the people I know cause confusion to bring you down. When I chop, I'm a propeller, you should really regret. When I spit it acapella, I'm an immediate threat. Never compatible with a believer that he can't do it. I'm fluent and confident, I'm the shit and I'll be the best. Anything you can do, I can do. It's the attitude that you wanna have when you gotta do what you gotta do. Because they pay me for the style I do is the reason I was able to go to a Mercedes from a Malibu. Cover the bottom and give it a bottom me to anybody in my vicinity. That's why I be on top of my game. In rage on the stage, if I ain't at the range. No play with the gun, play when I'm popping that thing.
Me conecto, me presento, soy el epicentro de ralos infecto. A los que los detecto, te aplasto como un excepto. No ocupo de intermediario, represento mi condado. Tengo todo organizado, siempre estoy bien informado. De soldado uniformado, no nací para intentarlo, yo nací para agarrarlo. Siempre estoy al mando con la vereta en la mano. Bien cargado con los tiros avinados, yo aquí te desarmo.
This is 31.3 Urban Rhythm Radio, and it's Throwback Thursday, and we're going to be taking a stroll down memory lane. And in-house, in studio, our special guest, Victorino, he's going to be joining on the conversation before we ended. Shout out to him for coming through and just spending time with us, chopping it up, talking a little bit of music and a little bit of his story. But right now, we're going to take a little break from music and talk about then versus now, and we're going to be talking about downloading music and the internet. How has it been influential so far, and what was the differences 10, 15 plus years ago? So something I wanted to ask you, Victorino, that I didn't get a chance is, how old are you? Or how young are you, I should say?
I am the same age as King Quota. I'll leave it at that.
There you go. So if those of you who know King Quota on a personal level, Victorino is the same age as King Quota. Enough said. So, 15 plus years ago, I can remember this. Being an artist now, the internet has been very influential. It's been very helpful. It's just one of those platforms, one of those resources you can use to just put your name out there. And you'll probably know, I don't even have to state my age just by some of the facts that I'm going to state. You'll know how old I am. But I can think of 10, 15 plus years ago, it was very hard to even download music. Like now it's so awesome that you can go on Apple Music, Spotify, download some certain songs.
Definitely.
And there's a song that you're looking for, and it's going to be crisp and clean every single time. There's not going to be nothing in between. I remember 10, 15 years ago, Z, I'm talking maybe even 15, almost 20 years ago, but I would leave it at 15 because I was around that age when that happened. So
the LimeWire days.
The LimeWire days.
LimeWire, Napster, what else?
Bro, the LimeWire giving your computer herpes and STDs days,
man.
bro.
It was the sacrificial computer, man.
Literally, just so that way you can burn CDs for the homeboys at school, bro. I swear to God.
And every time, like, you were looking for a specific song. Let's say let's throw a throwback in there. Let's go with 50 Cent In the Club, right? And you were looking for 50 Cent In the Club. You would type it in, a LimeWire, whatever. And you have to constantly go through this list of all the versions. You got the clean version. You got the radio version. And then you got that dumb version where it was like, it sounded crappy. Then you had the guy on there. Oh, this is 95.6.
Yeah,
you know, the jams. And like,
no, my favorite one was when you downloaded it and you got, I had no sexual relations with that woman.
Bro.
The Bill Clinton recording, bro. Like, that was the best. When you got a recording like that you knew your shit had a virus right away.
And it
was over.
It was bad too. Like, your computer would get a virus, and automatically your parents were thinking you were downloading something illegal, like XXX movies or something.
Yeah, watching something you ain't supposed to be watching, boy. Get off that computer.
Porn and shit. Exactly.
Yeah.
Terrible.
Nasty.
Bro, and also, like, the internet now, like, it's so crazy how the internet, like, you can just access it on your phone. Back in the day, if I try to use the phone and the internet at the same time, it was a mess.
Now, Victorino, you said you've been in the I would say the music scene for what, about a year now? A little over a year?
Yeah.
Dude, 10 years ago, Spotify, you couldn't even get on Spotify without being signed to a label. That's
insane.
Yeah, now, like, we have Distro and CD Baby, even BeatStars has stuff, distribution now. But 10 years ago, you had to be signed to a label. Like, the way we released music, me and Rocky and all the guys, we released music on MySpace.
Yeah.
MySpace music pages.
MySpace.
That was the way to do it, bro. Like, there was no other way. You couldn't get on Apple Music. You couldn't get downloaded or anything like that because you had to be signed through a label.
Yeah.
So, now, take advantage of it, dude. Like, now, like, back in the day, we were dropping songs, 2 or 3 songs a week, and it was like we couldn't get enough people to listen to them. Now we have so much freedom, and I feel like I used all my ideas up back in the day. So like,
I'll never say that.
Dude, sometimes it feels like that, man. Like, and that's why I tell you younger cats now, take advantage of it, dude. Even if it's $35, like Distro's $35 a year, and you can upload as much as you want, however you want. Doesn't matter, the explicits or anything like that, So that's one thing. Anybody that's listening to us, please. Take advantage of it, because 10 years ago we couldn't do that. You had to be part of a label, and it was almost near impossible to get signed. especially for somebody, you know, a kid coming out of Southwest Detroit. You know,
a bunch of kids at that.
A bunch of kids.
Exactly.
Them MySpace days, bro. I remember that, putting up our entire mixtape or album at that time. And one of the things that I really truly miss about MySpace is just the customizations that you can do on it. Like, you could add like a different background and like music playing and whatever. You can add your own music. Now Facebook has kind of creeped up on it and try to do their own thing as well. Now you can go on anybody's page. Like for me, if you go on my Facebook, you'll see that my song Cien, you can click on it and it automatically plays. And MySpace, like, that was the only platform you can use back in the day to promote your music. And like Z said, it was very hard to get a bunch of like listeners. To this day, I think like one of the songs that I had on there was Love Story, and that one hit like 5,000 listens.
Oh, bro.
And I was geeked out about it, bro.
Bro, that was amazing. I'd cross the desert. I'd cross the desert to be where you. That song hit 22,000 plays. I just checked it the other day. And mind you, I haven't had access to this account in over 15 years, and it's still making plays, bro. Imagine how much money I would have made off of that.
All them free dollars.
Bro, I swear.
Free plays.
Imagine if I would have dropped that on Spotify nowadays. You know what I mean? And I could have carried the plays over.
Bro, like, to this day, it's been very hard for me as well. But shout out to my boys Efrain and Milo Vim from the RGV in Texas. One of the most successful songs I've had lately is Alive in Christ. And that song was actually released on a Christian web, like, radio station type. Basically what they do is they're on YouTube and they just share some of the most, like, hype or, you know, Christian artists. And that song, to this day, I constantly go on there and just think about it. I'm like, wow, like, this is dope. It's got over 100,000 views. And I was like, wow. Like,
is it the Blessed YouTube channel?
Yeah, it is the Blessed YouTube channel.
Yeah, my brother-in-law's got his stuff on there too. He gets thousands of plays.
Yeah, shout out to Blessed, man. They really support you and just hype you up. And when I seen that it hit 100,000 views, I was like, wow, that's dope. That's the most I've ever gotten.
That is dope, though. Like, you know, to see that, especially in a genre that's still kind of fairly brand new, I would say, because a lot of the newer artists that are coming out of that genre are starting to make it bigger. You know what I mean? You didn't hear about Christian rap 10 years ago. No. You know what I mean? So the players that are doing it now in that scene are doing it big, you know, and to actually be part of that, dude, that is so dope.
That's dope. Like, that is something that I always take. I never take it lightly. I'm like, man, that's dope. So,
and like we always say, I always tell these guys, especially when we're here in the studio, Quota, Pablo, all of them, especially Javi. Javi's such a talented guy. You can fail 1,000 times. All it takes is just one song, and you can blow up from there.
Speaking of song, like, one platform I would think of that never even existed back in the day. 15 years ago, we never heard of this. TikTok. You can go on TikTok, share a song, and it could blow up. It can make you viral. And I was just talking to Victorina earlier, like, that Justin Bieber song. I never heard it until I was on TikTok. You know, TikTok made, like, just using the same sound. And I think that's the reason why 100,000 plus videos have the same sound, because it's just so catchy.
Yeah, dude.
And it just continues to play.
I can, like, touching on that, I ran into somebody at the what is it called? The what show was it? The Beat Crusher show in it was at Johnny's Bar, and I ran into Almighty Blessing, and from what he was telling us and the crew, he blew up. He's making millions and millions of dollars, not millions, but thousands of dollars on TikTok. So what he did is he took his life savings, 20 grand, and he bought a sample, the Put My Head on Your Shoulder sample.
Oh my gosh.
Made a song off of it and put it on TikTok. And he said, I shit you not, 2 months it was on TikTok. He's like, I made my 20 G's back, plus more.
I believe it.
So Victorino,
there you
stick
go.
to it, brother.
I'm trying to, man. I'm trying to get hit to TikTok. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
yeah. It's hard, man. My last TikTok, it just got censored because apparently you can't show yourself doing donuts.
Oh, yeah. TikTok will have you, like, I'm on TikTok, and I try to be creative. That's the thing. Like, you just have to have a creative mind, and sometimes you can be a little too creative, and it'll just censor it, and you just get discouraged.
And, that's funny because I was talking to Castle about it in my interview. He had just brought it up, and he's like, TikTok came up, and I was like, dude, how's that going? He's like, he's like, from the people that I know, he's like, they're making bank off of it. He's like, and for making silly videos, he's like, I can do that all day with my kids.
Yeah.
Easily.
I mean, you think of some of the TikTokers right now. The first one that comes to mind that I think of was just doing stupid videos, just like, not even stupid, like just her facial expressions. That completely went viral and it evolved. And now she's got like a bunch of billboards and nominees. It's Bella Porch. She was literally just doing faces, and now she's got a banger of a song that it's constantly playing on TikTok. And yeah, TikTok is just one of those platforms. So when you think about it now, then versus now, downloading music and the internet, like, it's just evolved so much, and we're just so thankful that the internet exists and the way it exists. Like we mentioned with Victorino, he's been in the game for 1 year, when it comes to his music career. But 10, 15 years ago, it would be very difficult. Growing up, we saw, Z and I, we actually saw the sacrifice and the struggle of just trying to make it out there and just put your name out there.
Oh, dude, even just getting the instrumentals were hard, too. Like, and as a kid, and we were kids. I don't care what anybody says. We were 16, 15, 16. We were kids still doing this. And we were out. I was dumpster diving for foam to put in the studio, bro. I swear to God, ask these guys.
Yeah.
There was literally styrofoam. I put styrofoam, and at the time, you're a kid, you thought any type of foam would work. So I had styrofoam all up throughout the studio, and then I had
styrofoam.
Swear to God, bro. And then eventually, that's when we had switched over to the padding and the acoustic insulation or whatever. And but we were dumpster diving. I would go to Guitar Center, and sometimes they'd throw out old gear that got smushed on the truck, and we'd bring it home and fix it, bro. And brand new equipment.
Nice.
So our very first mic was a throw together mic that I had to solder together to kind of get to work together. Hey. Swear to God, man. So now we have Sweetwater. We have
American Musical Supply.
Reverb, Reverb.com. eBay is a big. I buy a lot of secondhand used gear, and it's practically brand new. So back in the day, it was hard. Even now, Guitar Center still doesn't sell any of that stuff.
Yeah.
Right.
We had to travel to Ipsy or to Utica or somewhere out far to get a channel mixer or something to put into the studio. So you guys take advantage of the internet now. It's just like Rocky said. It's there for you now to utilize, take advantage of it, dude. Mm-hmm. Because 10 years ago we couldn't do that, and God knows, maybe 10 years from now it'll be a lot easier for our kids.
Yeah.
Or our kids' kids. God knows.
Yeah.
I was going to say real quick, the fact that you said you went to dumpster diving, it reminds me literally the first day of my video shoot for my song Wastelands. It was me and Domingo, because I like to urban explore and stuff like that for my photography. That's a whole other thing. But we were at this abandoned radio station that I found, and I brought Domingo Cortez and he brought Goyo. So we actually made it to a part of the building where there was what used to be a studio, but the walls are all falling down. But they still got the foam up. And Goyo actually took like a whole bunch of he tied it together, and he had he had probably maybe $200 worth of foam. Wow. $250, I don't know. It was, and they were big pieces too. They were still, he was ripping them off the wall.
Yeah.
I just thought that was so funny.
No, yeah, definitely, man. Believe me, you didn't get to see the studio. Ask Nando when you see him again. Ask him about my studio on Ferdinand, and he'll tell you. It was a big old piece of foam in the corner, or no, not foam. It was styrofoam cups, like the cup holders. I had them stapled like straight hustle and flow, bro, on the wall, and there was a thick blanket that went around us, and the mic was in there, and we had to turn on. I had this light bar that had a button turn on, and it wasn't above us because the cord wouldn't reach to the bottom of to the floor, so I had to strap it to the wall on these cup holders. And the first time he came over, he's like, now we're about to make some hits. We're about to make some fire in this. He's like, when the studio looks like this, that's how you know it's about to be good. And it's funny because that the cup holders. I was a GM for Qdoba, and I had ordered these cup holders, so I ended up bringing the whole thing home, and I put 2 and 2 together one day. Like, I've had these for 6 months and I haven't done shit with them. So put them up on the wall, and that we had a studio, bro.
Hey, you go. Ingenuity, you feel me?
There you go. The struggle is real, but it'll work. So yeah, thank you for taking this time, going through strolling down memory lane. 15 plus years ago, it was difficult, but now we are so grateful for the internet and all the resources that are able to be put out. And now we have artists, like up and coming artists, talented young artists like Victorino, just being able to put his music out there on all digital platforms. So that being said, we're going to end it with just a little bit more music before we get into one of his most recent songs that has just been constantly on our replay list. It's been Song of the Week, and we'll talk about that in just less than 10 minutes when we hit you with these last 3 songs before we end it with Victorino's Vibrations. So stick around for that, but for now we're going to kick it off. We're going to continue with T-Todd. This is Run.
You don't even speak my language, I speak profit. Roll with 2 Glocks, Jesse and James, that team rocket. I'm a boot bop, hit me a lame if he boppin'. Tell Ken there's 2 men in that thing, he still chopping. If it's big bank, take little bank where your accountant. I've been climbing, trying to get to the summit of Money Mountain. Hit the club, make a wish, then I throw it, that's money fountains. Rather have it and not need it than need it and be pounding. Where, from who, or from what, I don't give a fuck. All them boys say they do it big, we do it deluxe. That's your wife, my bad, you tripe, kissing on that slut. Yeah, you right, she be really hype, kissing on these nuts. I bet you hate me. Why? Probably cause they ain't me. It's either that or because the bag don't come in 8 these. I'm crazy. Only give a fuck about my baby and my dollars just in case you niggas try to play me. Welcome to my city, I'ma show you how it's done. I'ma talk a little shit, we gon' have a little fun. I'm all about the peace, so I don't brag about a gun, but I kill a motherfucker putting fingers on my son. Better run for it, run for it, run. When you run for it, run for the gun. So you run for it, run for we come. Better run for it, run for it, run. High as hell, flying through the air on some new cane shit. Some own bows when I get the bag, yo, that's insane. 7 Mile, Coffee, middle school, we was on Cambridge. Pull up at your door with my partners like you rain, bitch. Like, motherfucker, you better not run cause you can't hide, motherfucker. 10 frame, turkey game, we ain't no job, motherfucker. Blink them eyes, then we on you like surprise, motherfucker. She ain't got no ass, but you like her, that's beyond me. I got a chocolate bitch, but her thighs look like Chun-Li. Fuck a sports car, yo, I really want a Humvee or a ship so I can sell the seeds for that one piece. I knew I was the shit the first time I walked in the booth, and since then every other walk-in been proof. I got the juice, and it's nothing less than the truth. I always win cause I never learned the methods to lose. Now hold up. Welcome to my city, I'ma show you how it's done. I'ma talk a little shit, we gon' have a little fun. I'm all about the peace, so I don't brag about a gun, but I kill a motherfucker putting fingers on my son. Better run for it, run for it, run. When you run for it, run for the gun. So you run for it, run for we come. Better run for it, run for it, run. Welcome to my city, I'ma show you how it's done. I'ma talk a little shit, we gon' have a little fun. I'm all about the peace, so I don't brag about a gun, but I kill a motherfucker putting fingers on my son. Better run for it, run for it, run. When you run for it, run for the gun. So you run for it, run for we come. Better run for it, run for it, run.
We're going to keep it going with some more music. This is Sombra with Bucana.
Stop playing with these niggas. Eternal.
Traigo botas y tejanas como ranas. Saben dónde vivo si me traen ganas. No te confío si tú te llamas Ana. Fuck the Henny si me traen una bucana. Traigo botas y tejanas como ranas. Saben dónde vivo si me traen ganas. No te confío si tú te llamas Ana. Fuck the Henny si me traen una bucana. No quiero la fama, no más la lana. You buy views, me dijo tu hermana. You can't be me, te está saliendo canas. I be chillin', man, drinking una caguama. Tú me vistes hace unas semanas. Te tiré barrio y tú no hiciste nada. Tenías miedo, lo miré en tu mirada. A mí me gustan las mujeres casadas. Soy mexicano que le gustan los corridos. Muchos me quieren tumbar, pero aquí sigo. Como Prophet sofocado en lo mío. Ustedes no ganan porque son muy creídos. Hay muchos datos que ya han caído. Si no conocen, no abren de lo que pido. En mi vida soy el único que decido. trabajan mucho pero no saben que he vivido. Traigo botas y tejanas como ranas. Saben dónde vivo si me traen ganas. No te confío si tú te llamas Ana. Fuck the Henny si me traen una bucana. Traigo botas y tejanas como ranas. Saben dónde vivo si me traen ganas. No te confío si tú te llamas Ana. Fuck the Henny si me traen una bucana. No viro mis raíces, soy vaquero. No soy como otros, no presumo de dinero. Tengo amigos que te mandan derecho hacia el cielo. Vatos de calle como Eri, somos unos guerreros. Que toquen esa canción, neves de enero. Rezo a mis ajuditas, es siempre lo primero. Para que cuide a la gente que yo más quiero. No te olvides, culero, yo soy el mero mero. Traigo botas y tejanas como ranas. Saben dónde vivo si me traen ganas. No te confío si tú te llamas Ana. Fuck the Henny si me traen una bucana. Traigo botas y tejanas como ranas. Saben dónde vivo si me traen ganas. No te confío si tú te llamas Ana. Fuck the Henny si me traen una bucana.
Yeah, shout out to that boy Sombra with that dope track, Bucana. And next up, we got the Gutter Boys with Pull Up.
Walked in the club, bout to pull up. Hopped out the whip, left the door up. And see me in the hood, throw the foes up. Boys, stop blind, y'all know us. Walked in the club, bout to pull up. Hopped out the whip, left the door up. They see us in the hood, throw the foes up. Boys, stop blind, y'all know us. Boys, stop capping, grab a bag. Before I put my hitters on your ass. My trigger finger itches, so it's bad. About to leave him dead in the grass. If you see me pop the trunk, shut the fuck up. Then get your ass low, cause I'ma cut up. Her man's talking crazy like, what up? Now he in the morgue cause he jumped up on God. I set this motherfucker off, yo squad. Everybody in that bitch soft facade. We're not from the same cloth. I send 100 shots out the whip. Fuck you thought they call me gunner. Always on some bullshit, shorty ain't no other. Fucking up the club in the check with no rubber. Stay pouring liquor in my cup like a butler. For this 40 ball, she let anybody touch it. Catch me in the club flexing hard with my partners. All that goofy shit gon' make me grab the chopper. Beefing with the mob gon' get your ass chopped up. Not a hood flooded with a bunch of helicopters. Walked in the club, bout to pull up. Hopped out the whip, left the door up. And see me in the hood, throw the foes up. Boys, stop blind, y'all know us. Walked in the club, bout to pull up. Hopped out the whip, left the door up. They see us in the hood, throw the foes up. Boys, stop blind, y'all know us.
Walk in the strip with my shotters. Say the wrong thing and get shot up. I don't even drink, but order me a bottle. I love me some strippers, fuck a model. Throw some ones, cause I got it, I'm just spending up my profit. I'll take your heart when I won't pay no deposit. How much for the pussy? Well, I ain't paying nada. I'll pay you to leave, stay the fuck off my wallet. Gutter boys a mafia, we're a crime family. Time is money, so I gotta get it rapidly. My bitch stays mad at me, cause these hoes after me. I ain't no rat, but I'm trying to get this bag of cheese. Watch out for the intruders, they could be some shooters. I'll send you boys to the church, nigga, hallelujah. Don't talk if it ain't about the moolah. Do get her getting chula, I'ma fuck her when I scoop her. Drop her off deuces, she sucked up my fluids. She's a nuisance, but I treat her real ruthless. Make her take 20 shots all back to back. Got her drunk, now she like stretched like a Cadillac.
Walked in the club, bout to pull up. Hopped out the whip, left the door up. And see me in the hood, throw the foes up. Boys, stop blind, y'all know us. Walked in the club, bout to pull up. Hopped out the whip, left the door up. They see us in the hood, throw the foes up. Boys, stop blind, y'all know us.
You're listening to 31.3 Urban Rhythm Radio with your boy RockyRoad313. I'm the ones and twos is SwZee, aka Tempo Beats, and our special guest in studio is Victorino. And before we end the show, we've just been having so much fun. It's just a good time to have Victorino, just such a young, talented artist out of Southwest, you know, doing all types of music. I mean, this guy's a rapper, he's a rocker, he's a musician, just straight up dope artist. And before we end this show, before we end it with your song Vibrations, let's talk a little bit about it. And so how did you come up with Vibrations, and yeah. So first, tell me how did you come up with that song? You know, what was on your mind when that song came out?
One night, I was about to go to bed because I had to go to work in the morning. But then, like, I don't know, I just had this like sudden inspiration just out of nowhere. I picked up my acoustic guitar that I keep next to me, and I was like, you know, it'd be really cool if I did something that was kind of like heavy on the Santana influence, because he's another one that influenced. You know, you watch my interview with Z. He's like, "You're not a Latino if Santana is not on your list of people."
Yeah, yeah.
I'm like, "Dang, bro, that's harsh." But anyways, no, I was like, you know, do something like that, and then I came with the idea to my boy Brian Castillo. Once again, shout him out. Put some respect on his name. I'm sure he's doing his thing, or he's getting ready to do his thing at Rochester Hills right now. But it was literally just me and him. I didn't play the solo. He actually did that, and the funny thing is that he can't remember how he did the solo. So literally, when we do that song live, or the couple times that we did do it live, we had my boy Danny S just like kind of like do his own solo. So because like it's such a crazy solo, I appreciate it though. But I am playing the main riff and the backup guitar that you kind of hear on the chorus. But literally, I was like, I'm trying to make this song like as eclectic as possible. So like, you know, the rock, the hip hop, the salsa, you know, it's all that, you know.
Yeah,
that's all the stuff that I grew up listening to.
Definitely,
you know?
definitely, you can hear all of it. How was that session though? That's what I'm interested in. How did that session go?
It was the first draft of that song was kind of like a slow, chill, West Coast lowrider type of beat, and I'm like, yeah, that's cool, but it needs like more sauce, you know what I mean? It was because it was just a little too slow for me. Like I was vibing, but like if it was just an instrumental on its own, like for like some background music, that'd be good. But it was just like it needed more to it, because first it was this. I mean, besides the drums, which were mostly like boom bap type of style drums, like it was mostly a live instrumental, you know, like the guitars were real, the bass were real, the piano was real, you know, all of that. And then he was like, you know what? How would you feel about some 808s? I'm like, 808s? But we already put the real bass in there, though, you know? And I'm like, 808s? And then I was like, then he put it on there, and I'm like, yeah, this is going to be probably my first and only hood banger, sorry to say. I mean, I might have another one, but it's like, I always did want a song that you could hear from the block, like just blasting, you could hear it, just that ignorant, because I always had to deal with that growing up. I'm like, turn that off. But now I'm like, yeah, turn on my song though. But yeah, he put the 808s, he put the salsa part, he programmed the salsa drums that were in there for that part, and you know, he plays the bass, he plays the solo, you know, he plays the piano and the bass live for me when we do it live. Wow. And it's crazy to see him switch from bass and then go right to it. And it's just like amazing. Shout out Brian Castillo, Brian Ruiz, Danny S, and Laurel, because I wouldn't be, you know, doing that without their help. So, yeah.
So talking about vibrations, and you kind of touch base on everything. Like, how did you come up with the song? You know, basically all the production of the song. But now that you release the song, you put it out on Spotify, you put it out on digital platforms, you constantly share it. We constantly play it on the radio, on our station, on 31.3 Urban Rhythm, because it's just one of those dope songs that you can just keep playing and just keep repeating. It made Song of the Week, and I know you were geeked out about it. We were geeked out about it because we were like, I was talking to Z, I was like, bro, like this has to be Song of the Week because it's just too dope. It's so fire. So with that being said, did you, with that song, the production of it, how it came about, and just the feedback, did you expect the feedback that you got from it? What was the feedback? Like, constantly you're getting great feedback on it. Is that the type of feedback that you expect from it? Because from my learning experience, you know, I kind of touched base when it came to Alive in Christ, and now it's over 100,000 views on YouTube on the Bless channel. And when I first came up with this song, to be honest with you, bro, like when I came up with Alive in Christ, it was just a t-shirt design. because that's one of the side things that I do. I do T-shirts, but at that time, it was a certain design that I had that I was just like, I'm just gonna put out this shirt. I love what it says. I love the neon orange and the blues and everything that I added to it. And I was just like, I went up to Efrain and I was like, bro, I think I want to do a song with you and incorporate Milo on it, and it's gonna be named after this T-shirt that I came up with. And then I was like, we were just messing around. I was like, bro, just do something with the hook, and shout out to Efrain. And Efrain is such a talented singer, very, very dope artist, out of the RGV, out of McAllen, Texas. That's where he's from. But yeah, so long story short, when we did that song and the production of it, just getting it together, it was actually part of my mixtape, The Journey Continues. And then I share it on Facebook, I share it on YouTube. And then all of a sudden, I get this feedback. I get people from, I kid you not, like the one that really humbled me was, I got reached out to be on a Christian radio station to do an interview, kind of like what you're doing now. You're out here, you're doing an interview, and I think these are always fun because you can just be yourself. You can talk about the journey, where you're at now. But yeah, so I was featured on not one but 2 Christian radio stations. This song was constantly being played. It's got, whatever views on YouTube. But I think to me, the most humblest experience I got to experience with that song was that a church from Paris, France reached out to me. They're like, oh, they had this song, bro, featured on like their promo for their youth ministry. And I was like, whoa, that's dope. Like, forget getting 100,000 some views on YouTube and being on the radio station. That is all amazing. But to see it like go that far to Paris, France, like out of all places, and like it's been played like everywhere. So with that being said, is that a feedback that you were kind of expecting, or were you like, oh, well, this is just a song that I just want to put out there. Let's see how far I can go. But the feedback that you've been getting on it now, is that one of the type of feedbacks that you kind of was expecting, or is just something that's just been a little not overwhelming, but just something proud that you can say that, oh man, that's just dope?
Well, that first, because the song, it just kind of started out as an idea. It was the last song to come together on my project. I wasn't expecting it to go anywhere at first. I mean, yeah, I was doing a song with my brother-in-law, who's a little bit way more established than I am. He gets like thousands of plays. He's actually made money off of his music. So like, I shout out to Laurel, for helping me out. But he, what was it? I really didn't get like that kind of feeling until I started working and reworking the instrumental and like the vocals and stuff like that. Probably about the final time I recorded it, and I went to the studio called Storehouse Studios over in Farmington, because I've been trying to re-record the vocals for the song for like a long time, because they weren't just right. That was literally the last thing that needed to get right was the vocals. So I was like, I'll just redo it. And my buddy Brian Castillo recommended me to go to Storehouse Studios. Shout out Justin Pugh. What was it? Yeah, I recorded my vocals there, and this is my first time meeting this guy, and he was like, dang, this is a hard beat. Our first meeting, and then I do my little thing, and I'm like, let me add a couple little thingy, like add an outro, and then add like a couple ad-libs here and there, and a dub in there, like in the second verse somewhere. But, yeah, he's like, wow, this is a dope song. And then like the second time I come back to see him again to do it for the last time, he was like, yeah, I played this in my car and my kids love it. You know how many people, like my homie Mavo even said that. He's like, I was playing this for my family and my son said he loved it. He's like, yeah, this song rocks. And I was like, what? I got little kids bobbing their head to it. My cousin tells me like her children, like, I don't know why all the kids love me, but it's a good feeling to hear that. I'm like, what the heck? Like, I wasn't expecting to make music for kids. Like, yeah, I don't know if you guys noticed, but I kind of don't really swear. Mm-hmm. I feel like it's not needed for me in my case.
Yeah.
Like, but
when you think some of the greats, like Will Smith is also one, like he rarely even cussed, and he's got tremendous success.
Yeah. But I don't want to be that guy that was like, I was upstairs listening to my Will Smith CD and all these flames start coming out. But no.
Bars.
But no. That's just kind of like, I don't know. I just never felt comfortable cussing into a mic. So, like, I guess it was kind of like a subconscious thing that I didn't really expect it. But, like, I'm also not really that surprised. But I'm surprised that kids like it just for what it is and not, like, you know, for what I'm doing, you know.
It's that tumbao, bro. It's that. Yeah. It's what it is. It's the tumbao, man. Like, I don't know. It's just got that. It's got the Santana.
It's got the love and the soul in it.
Like, it almost, like, I get some, like, Camila Cabello vibes from it, too, because she's on that kind of tip, too, the Latin mix with the pop. You know, you're mixing it with rock, so... Yeah.
Which needs to be done more often.
Yes, more often. And that's another thing I was going to, you know, before we end the show tonight, was to tell you, man, we want some more of that shit, man, because...
we got it coming. I'm telling you, with this music collective, like I'm saying, like we're trying to do some musical fusion with jazz and mariachi and all this other stuff, man. Like, so shout out Camila Cantu. I don't know if she'll watch this, but I'll tell her about it later.
Yeah. No, so you touch base on... you know, how you came up with the song. You touch base on, like, the feedback that you've been getting. And just, I mean, I guess I can speak for both of us, for Z and I. We just wish you just all the tremendous success, because you are one of those artists that we just love to have on our playlist. You're a chill dude. You're very humble. And... yeah, just keep rocking. No pun intended. Just keep rocking, bro, and keep putting up that dope music. With that being said, this is your boy RockyRoad313 on the ones and twos. Like always, it's SwZee, aka Temple Beats, and in studio was Victorino. And yeah, so that being said, you can catch us next Wednesday, next Thursday, on a weekly basis at 5 p.m. 31.3 Urban Rhythm Radio. If you haven't yet, so go ahead and do so. Follow us on Facebook, 31.3 Urban Rhythm Radio. Like us on Facebook. Follow us on Instagram, 31.3 Urban Rhythm Radio. And be sure to share. And if you are an artist and you want your music to be played, have airplay, go ahead and send in your submissions to 31.3 Urban Rhythm at gmail.com. If you have a small business as well, we would love to promote and just have your promotion out there, just shout you out with any small business. And like we said, we don't discriminate here. We play all types of genres of music, and you're going to get a little taste of that in just a little bit. But thank you so much for tuning in. This is RockyRoad313 with Urban Rhythm Radio, 31.3 Urban Rhythm Radio. And in studio was Victorino chopping it up with us. And this is his song. We would love for you to end this show. So shout out to Victorino. Thank you for coming through, bro. Thank you to all the listeners. Thank you for tuning in. And you can catch us next Wednesday at 5 p.m. We do have a little change of scheduling when it comes to next Wednesday. You just tune in. Just keep updated with our Facebook and our Instagram just to stay updated on what's the situation with that. But we will be back next Thursday for sure with a full show. So thank you so much for joining us. 31.3 Urban Rhythm Radio with your boy RockyRoad313 on the ones and twos, SwZee. And shout out to Victorino. Thank you so much, bro.
Thank you. Let's play that joint.
Look, starting near the end of the 9-6, born into the night, I've been considered an nonsense. Gotta spread my wings to stay fly for this outlet. Searching for that power, put a shock to your conscience. So watch for the caution, I ought to be honest for context. It's the rap witchy balance. I'm pulling on these strings and then I hit you with a ballad. But I'm careful with the flow because I know we need a balance. No TJ laughing, but I'm here to bring the challenge. I came up where there's lions and tigers. Bear witness to these paws when I'm lying to strike here. Never strike out, never out of the game. Cause victory's on my mind, that's even part of my name. Hey,
Obi Trice, no gimmicks. As I bring the light into light, there's no vision when you live amongst the life of the night. It's so frigid, cause I much rather rise new heights with my soul lifted. I know that you've been waiting for the day I rise above my situation of mine, but I'm caught in the storms of my life. But I'll find my vibration. I remember when my dad said you gotta be more aggressive, so I took in his words as I'm recognizing the lesson. Proceed to load on my poems and learn to use them as weapons. Get to popping off this heat, I ain't talking to Smith & Wesson. Never been the type to just gamble away my life, so you can bet it up that this world ain't a paradise. Fakes all up in your hair, I compare them to parasites that ain't never all very nice. Swear that Phil Collins can feel it calling the head at night. Right, look, I'm not one for negativity. Sometimes I talk smack, but your hands will never get to me. You read between the lines, look, we not even in symmetry. This is so you know though, I'm out to get the chicken like arroz con pollo. The boy yo has no need for the kitchen, cause this the rock that I steady be shipping. Get it? I know that you've been waiting for the day I rise above my situation of mine, but I'm caught in the storms of my life. But I'll find my vibration.
Hey Victor! This beat go Chiquita Bananas. I thought this was Carlos Santana. Guitar, cigar, piano. I'm back at the Copacabana. I'm up, yeah. Yeah, I'm popping out, I want a Fanta. They couldn't pop, so they moved to Atlanta. I'm praying for managers, pray for me, Nana. They say I'm too blunt like the back of the hammer. They rolling up blunts in the front, getting hammered. I know that they hate me, but still I'm enamored. I'm repping ball heads, was theirs on center. Ha 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 ha, Feliz Navidad. They be dancing with devils like cha-cha-cha. I got an album that's ready to drop, talking to labels like blah blah blah. I'm like Socrates with rhyming schemes, it won't be peace till I'm deceased like easy. I got God with me, his prophecy, he promised me that he would never leave me. But it kinda bothers me, cause honestly, a lot of these MCs be cheesy. That isosceles over the eyes obsolete, we all know, believe me. All that I'm hearing is I got the drip. Shut up, da-da-da-da-da-da, we run it up. We on the come up, put up or shut up. Please don't kill my vibe. Black and brown pride relations. You don't want no problems, keep it modest. Southwest 7 miles.
But my voice it sounded good through the headphones, but the beat's kind of like.
Whoa,